Ooh, what is up, everybody? It's a brand new episode of Breaking the Mold. I hope I numbered it correctly. We've had some issues with that in the past. What number is it? Right? I can't even read it from here. I can't even read it from here. 188.
18 something.
180 something. 180 something. So, what's up, guys? It's Tuesday. We're your Tuesday night delight here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel.
Hold on.
Yes. You hear that?
Yeah, who's listening to Dora the Explorer?
I'm sorry. My daughter's sitting next to me with her iPad. I cannot mute that. Is that bad?
We'll talk over it.
As long as it's wholesome programming, it's fine.
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's really picking it up. Damn, I can't even hear what it's being said.
Dude, you pay $179.99 for a mic. You get the high quality. That shit picks up everything.
As long as it's not that TikTok, Dora.
No.
Well, we're your Tuesday night delight here on the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel, Breaking the Mold. I'm Harrican BX. You got a special guest, but we're missing some people. So
girl, move over.
Open invite, guys. I already posted the link in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group. If you don't mind being on camera, or you don't even have to have your camera on, but I'd like to see you, just hop on, join us, and just bullshit with us tonight. We're going to just hang loose, have a good time, chill out. You know what I'm saying? So let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. Brian Brink, how are you?
What's up? I'm doing good. It's another
Tuesday.
Good day of work, and weather's getting nice, and
while he has a can of beer in his hand,
and I'm making progress on cleaning out my guest room.
Oh,
which reminds me, I haven't even texted my mom back yet when she hit me up like a week ago saying, "Hey, can I stay with you?" So I guess I should do that. Otherwise, win-win, I guess. I mean, I clean up. Maybe she finds other plants. I don't know. But I like to have my mom stay with me. It'll only be for a day, but it'll be good.
Nice. Sounds like it's quite a project. All that work for a day.
Hey, look, man. The benefits are going to be paying me back for a while.
Right.
It's like, you know, I mean, my house is livable, but like, there's no one comes over. It's just me. I let shit pile up from time to time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's nice to you know, get back to living like a normal person, and you know, it's a nice little reset switch. And you know, and someone mentioned it last night during our intros, but it's like, I don't think my mom's been here since I dove down this great damn deep realm rabbit hole with you guys. What's that?
She doesn't know the volume or the extent of your collection, does she, Brian?
No idea. She knows I collect Optimus because, you know, she's got me a few actually in the past. Yeah. But
so she knows you've always been into Transformers and Optimus Prime, but no idea of like how massive your collection.
No fucking clue.
Wait a
minute. Let's deep dive real quick.
We're gonna deep dive. So wait, is the B room the guest room?
The B room is the guest room.
So where are you putting all the stuff in the B room? Are you putting it in your crawl space and organizing and putting it in your crawl space?
I am in the crawl space and my my closet in my bedroom.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And believe it or not, it's I didn't think I'd fit it, but I will.
Oh yeah, because you're probably just throwing things into the B room and not organizing anything in specific. Like, you know, you're not condensing and organizing.
Well, I'm condensing as I go, and then I realize, like, hey, look, Brian, you can't be doing this because you are on a timetable. Like, I want to get that room cleaned out.
Gotcha.
Before the weekend, because the weekend is when I'm going to go through and, you know, vacuum and stuff, and I need to clean off the bookshelves in there too, because there's books. There's a whole bunch of like little Chotsky shit all over the place, and you just, you know, accessories to stuff I don't even know what it goes to anymore, you know, things like that. So I want to do that, and but other than that, I mean, everything else is pretty good. Kitchen's usually clean for the most part all the time, except that damn stovetop. You guys have a glass stovetop? Like, I clean it like once a month. I clean it like once a month, and like, I don't even I don't do that deep clean on it either. I'm gonna fucking take a razor blade to that thing.
Those
Yeah, man, I'm
things
gonna
are
see if I can
horrible.
get it
Give it a
brand
little once
spanking new.
over.
Dude. Well,
Give this shit a little
Chan,
once over.
Chan, obviously I take pictures in the realm of cooks and stuff, and
Oh, you got to make sure
the glass top is as clean as it is, but Chan gave me, she obviously saw it, and last time I went to hang out with them, she's like, Brian, use a magic eraser, it does wonders. So I got one, and I'm gonna try it out. But, I mean, it's funny that stove came with like this razor blade though, and I was like using it for like the first year or so, and I was like, fuck this, pain in the dick.
Yeah.
Are you concerned your mother's going to say something about your collecting when she sees how big it is?
Yeah, like what do you do you think her reaction would be? Like let's say like she just saw it all. Like what do you think her reaction would be?
Well, I don't think she's gonna go nuts over it. She's seen me. In the past, I've left stuff, like I have a mantle above my fireplace, and I'd put combiners up there and stuff, and that would be like really the only thing that you see, because I would just road state, because this wasn't an office at the time. Well, I don't know what the hell did I use this room for. This was a storage room of other shit back in the day, but so I would just rotate stuff like in and out of the living room, things like that. But so she knows like something, and she'd take pictures and send it to her old neighbors, because there's where she lived in Virginia, their next door neighbor, he was a guy a little bit younger than us, I suspect, and he dabbled a little bit, and she would send him pictures, and he would fucking go bonkers, be like, "What the hell is that?"
Well, you don't dabble a little bit though. You're a little at higher grade than dabbling a little bit. At this point.
I live many separate lives. It's a challenge. It's a challenge. I got my work life. I got this life.
Do we even know you, Brink?
Know me as much as I want you to know me.
You're a fucking double agent. Triple agent.
Oh man, so I've never been like visited. I never had the opportunity. Like, but it's like the rest of the house like look normal. Like you walk in, it's like there's no toys like all over the place and shit.
Or is it like a toy museum all over the place?
No, it's not a toy museum. Like after seeing what JD and Chan have done, it's like, wow, I could do something like that, but like, who really has the motivation, kind of stuff. But no, my house, I tell you, man. You would think someone just moved in. Like, I got decent furniture, stuff like that. I mean, I got all the essentials to live, right? But it's like there's no pictures. The place needs a coat of paint. Like, I don't hang anything. It's crazy. It's like there's no diplomas, there's no family pictures. There's just like, who is this guy? He's just he's just him. I'm on my own side. What can I say?
Got those, those mass murderers that go on a killing spree, and you walk in their house, and there's like that's Brian's house. Like you.
I mean, it looks like living here. It looks like a normal house, but it doesn't look homely. Maybe.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Like pictures on the wall, the different stuff. Like
there's no real personality to it. There's no indications of who is this guy.
Yeah. I just kept picturing because if you live alone, like okay, you get all this stuff. The collecting is a big part of your life, right? So you're just gonna be like, you're just gonna have fucking boxes here, boxes there, just boxes all over the place with shit all over the place. Because it's like, who's there to tell you otherwise, right? Unless you want to fucking organize, clean it up yourself, your shit could be all over the place. So I was sort of like just picturing that, like it's just stuff.
No, I mean I've let it get bad before, but it's not like that. It's not like that.
All right, cool. So,
I mean. You look at that guest room, and you call me a liar.
So you mean like if we walk into your living room, you don't have a pile of like Black Series Lukes just on every end table?
No.
Okay.
No slave layers on a shelf like on top of the TV in the living room or something like that.
No, nothing like that.
Eric is talking about a time he walked in my house and I had getting ready for a fucking show for like now 2 months, and I got all this shit all over the place.
All over, stacks and stacks.
All right, so you got less work than I thought. I honestly thought that you were gonna have to like hide your whole.
It's
home.
Funny that you say that now. Like that's not the typical thing, but since I've been cleaning out this room, I'm using the living room as swap space. So right now, like on the coffee table, there is stacks of stuff. and things like that.
Kinda
But it's transition. That's all transition.
But it's like, it's funny because you got to make a mess while you clean up a mess, and then, but I'm getting down to it. I'm like, oh, Brian, you're running out of time. You can't stop organizing and just start packing away.
How many things have you found that you didn't know you had anymore, or that you forgot that you purchased? Like, oh, I had this.
Yep. Today I found the Black Series Snowspeeder Luke. I forgot that I got that. I found something. Well, you would have liked in the past. I found the Eternia Guards set in the white box. Yep.
Really, you had that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had that. Wow. I have the 2 weapon sets from Motu Classics as well. Like, Dom, what are their names? Like
weapon pack 2.
I will buy the weapon packs off you though if you want to sell them. Yeah.
All right. Cool. God damn. What else did I find? Leon in the
Dom,
chat.
mind your business.
Said,
Leon, nothing for you either. Leon, you can't have anything either.
He said, "Don't show me my Diaclone reboot collection." So, I found 3 boxes of that stuff today that I forgot that I had packed up last year. Perfectly Tetrised in this box. I gotta say, I opened the flaps on that thing. I was so impressed with myself. I was like, holy shit!
Like, something to make me proud.
Nice gold mine. Sitting on a gold mine.
Oh, and I found a whole bunch of Mega Constructs TMNT stuff. The the turtle vans, the turtles, the Bebop and Rocksteadies, and all that other stuff. And I was like, huh, damn, if I had found this sooner, I might have got my turtle van fixed and I ordered that NECA thing.
Well, now you got a little project to work on. Wow. Some more Mega Constructs.
I got to figure out how to price it. That's what I got.
Oh, you're going to sell the turtle stuff?
I mean,
eBay sold listings.
It's been sitting there for so long.
I just got rid of a fucking an entire sort of first wave, those first few waves of Studio Series, all in one big lot. Fuck it, just take this shit, and I'm glad because it's
someone bought that shit.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, there's a buyer for everything out there.
One shot, damn. So, and it's a good price, man. Fucking the price, considering what some of those pieces are going for that you can't find, like the Ironhide, and I think the Lockdown is kind of.
That stuff goes for money.
Yeah, pretty decently. Yeah, man. I practically gave it away. Well,
I mean, shit. I mean, if you can,
it's already spent
money.
Go
all in, and get all of it. You're just
that's
great.
That's what I mean. It's a great starter for anybody that didn't go in. You got all the first movie bots from 2007, the whole first wave of Autobots, got them. You know what I'm saying? Worth it. It's almost worth it for that alone. You know what I'm saying? So, so that's nice though. But Mama coming for a visit, that's cool. And that's good that you don't have to do that much work. Like I said, I was thinking you.
I'm underplaying it. It's still a lot of work.
Yeah. So, all right. But I thought it was more. So, all right. That's cool. That's cool. Dominic, what's up, dude? How are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Everything's great.
What's happening?
I have a little cleaning myself, which is just so much fun. So I'm a little organizing. The great thing about this year is that I don't have any family functions at my house, so I could be a little lackadaisical on the just boxes everywhere shit and piled up on the dining room table. My wife does keep me in check. Yeah. She'll give me those constant reminders. It's like, you told me you were going to get this stuff away 2 weeks ago.
At least she gives you some weeks. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain about mine.
That does trigger me, but I try to woosah and come down.
What was that from? What was that Adam Sandler movie? Goose Fraba?
Goose Fraba was anger management.
Anger management, sure. Goose Fraba.
So when what Brian does, I usually typically do on a year, when there's family functions occurring at my place, like Easter or Christmas, I would have to make the time and clean up a little bit. In which in those years I try to get ahead of the mess. So I try to keep it clean throughout that year, so I don't have to do too much work. But there was years where I remember when E came over that one time. I was just I would literally look inside my house from my patio, my patio door, and I'm like, all this shit is all over the place, and I'm like, how the fuck am I going to do this?
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck am I going to clean this up?
Dom, it's you just gotta keep moving. Don't stop.
Yep.
It's just like, even if you put something up from here and move it there, as long as you just keep everything moving, eventually it all just kind of coalesces.
And your Tetris skills get enhanced. So like, you figure a way, and you'd be surprised in how many single little boxes turn into one box that you can condense, and saves a lot of space. And
that's the other trick, Dom, because like the more you condense, the more boxes you have. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I've only got one more recycle day till Mom comes. It's like, will I be able to fit it all in the trash can?
Exactly. Well, we have a recycling unit out here that we can always dispose of our recycling.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
God, people in your development must hate you, because you probably fill that thing up every week.
He doesn't open his boxes though.
It's five big. No, but like, shipper boxes, and like, I try to save when I'm in a selling mood. I try to save as much as bubble wrap that I can. But if I'm not in a selling mood, I try to throw out all that stuff out, because I was in that boat where you try to save as much, all the shipping supplies as you possibly can, but then all of a sudden you're just collecting boxes and fucking bubble wrap, and you're like, what the fuck am I doing?
I was doing that now, like, just with the process of getting rid of everything, and the stuff was there a week, like the boxes and shit, and Jesse was already like, okay, like, what are we doing with this stuff? And I'm like, it's staying right fucking there until all this shit is sold. Like that, I was like that. I wound up throwing a bunch of it away. But
it's surprising how much money you spend on that packing material. So it's good to save. It's good to save, but like I said, you have to make a judgment call on that, because there was a time where I was trying to clean up a time to where I know there was a guest coming over, and I found like a big portion of my one room that just had empty boxes and bubble wrap, and it's like, what the fuck am I like? And for like. Like,
you're just prepping.
What the fuck am I doing with all this material? So I was like, I threw half of it out just to get the stuff into the room where it was desperately needed to be in, because it couldn't stay on the dining room table. So
I can't hold on to that stuff for too long. Like, I mean, again, I don't have like a lot of space, but I try to keep, like, I've been keeping a couple of boxes on hand just in case. It's like, all right, post something, and then maybe something will sell. And like Brian, like Dom, like, it is tiring, like, just going through all the stuff. What's up, guys? We got Rock Jesus in here. We got Ricky. What up, dude?
What's up?
Thanks for popping in.
I'm doing my best to help they clear some of that out of his house.
It's tiring. Like, you're just moving all this shit around, like taking pictures, like, and then like Brian said, it's like you get to a point, like I get at points where I'm like, I'm just looking at everything, and I'm like, oh my god, my girl's gonna kill me. She sees all this shit, and it's like, I gotta clean it up, because there's nowhere else. I got nowhere else to put it. I can't just leave it there,
It's weird when it's all jammed up on your shelves. You don't realize how much you have, but then when you go to start moving stuff around, or try to take a certain picture, or find a certain figure, you're like, holy crap, I had to dig through 30 figures to find this guy.
Same shit. I can't do that. Freaking everything has its spot, freaking nice and neat and organized and everything. I hate clutter.
No.
Well, that shit drives me nuts. Too much. I have more than the necessary allotments.
I have a lot too. That's why, like, when I open stuff, if I'm not putting it up on a shelf, it goes right in the freaking plastic tote with all the other stuff. If it's the same freaking whatever it is.
That's what I need. I need more totes for the stuff I'm keeping, like all my little like storage spots that I would like put like my Earthrise and all this shit. It's like I'm running out of space, so I'm putting it in basically like these bags. Like, I got the figures like in these like bags, like sandwich bags, so it's all kept, the accessories are kept nice and neat. But I'm out of space. Like, I need totes. I gotta buy more totes.
I need more totes because mine are getting freaking filled. Some of them at the point where I'm gonna have to separate good guys from bad guys.
So, and then just going through it all, like, it's like organizing. Like, I got a bunch of stuff I took out that I'm like, I still got to take pictures of it, because I'm like, I don't need this anymore. It's like, I don't want to get rid of this. Okay, baby.
I never took pictures of my stuff, but what I did is I got a 3-ring binder and stuff, and I had everything written down as a big ass list.
Well, I'm putting it like you put in the chat for Brian. Like you said, you're surprised Brian doesn't have a spreadsheet. Maybe he does.
Brian got spreadsheets.
I don't.
Collated and
I only
cross-connected.
I only have a spreadsheet for tracking the Diaclone reboot stuff because because I am mandating myself to stay complete, and it's tough because you get teases, and then all right, well, when's it coming out for order? So as soon as you get the tease, you write it down. You're like, okay, I need to go back and find out where this is listed, but everything else is not. Like people think I'm organized from a spreadsheet. I mean, I only build spreadsheets for other people. It's like, I don't want anything for myself.
They just make assumptions. I got you. So I forgot to tell you,
spreadsheets for Diaclone and HasLabs.
I forgot to tell you, Jose, that we were talking not too long back. All of us were about like how people don't really pay attention when you post stuff on Facebook. You can make a post and only read the part they want to read, and then they just start commenting. Well, when you posted your very first sales post, and you hadn't put your prices in yet, I believe the verbiage said something like, "I will have prices later." These are the pictures of the things that I have. So joking around, I got on there. My comment was, "Oh, PM for prices smells like scalper shit to me." I had like 3 different people hit me up in PMs asking if you really were a scalper, if I knew anything. I'm like, that's why I went back with that following comment. I'm like, I'm just kidding, dude. Super cool. I bought stuff from him, yada yada yada. Because people were actually hitting me up. I'm like, man, y'all need to just like look at the laugh emoji in your comment after that. People are dumb.
Furthest thing from it. Trust me. I'm too
giving. Too nice.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like you should let Dom and I sell your stuff for you, and you'll be buying your house next week.
I know. The whole thing is that I'm actually like, I don't want to get too much into this, but fucking like I could just go to eBay, throw all the shit on there, get the fucking full value. Like I'd rather this shit go to people that like want it, really collect it, not like some asshole that might just try to resell it. And if people do that, like regardless, because I'm giving them like a good price, then hey, whatever. I'm getting rid of it. Yeah, EE said it like earlier. Like the money's spent. Like you know what I'm saying? Would I like to fucking make money on everything? Like of course. But if the fact that I'm just getting anything back, like what if my fucking place burned down and I lost all this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like what do I have to show for that? Like,
but you're nicer than me because I sold off when I was selling off my Mezco stuff. So I sold off a bunch of them for pretty good deals. And I saw this dude I sold a bunch of my Mezcos to in the Mezco groups flipping them, like jumping their prices triple what he paid me for. And I banged him on it. I right on his thing. I started commenting and then I would have all over him. I was all over him. I'm like, dude, here's the screenshots. I sold them to you a week ago for $100. What you doing asking $600 for it?
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah,
I mean, if that's
a hell of a markup.
I mean, if that's the going rate, who gives a fuck? You already sold the shit.
Because that was the going rate when I sold it to him.
He wants if he can find a sucker that'll pay $600 for it. Fuck it, that's on him.
How long did he wait to flip them after he bought them?
Like
who cares?
Sounds like he found a sucker that sold them to him for a cheap price. That's what.
That's what Ricky was mad about. Like, wait a minute, I could have got $600 for this shit.
Right? Like you know how many?
That's seller's remorse.
I could have bought.
I mean, let's be real now.
I mean, Ricky, we used to see the same thing. NJCC. I mean, we set up. We're there to purge, right? That's why we go. We go to purge and swap, and you'll see the other vendors come around and buy up our stuff, and I'll walk around the show later. But
I did that at a
box. That still has my fingerprints on it.
That's my stuff. And I was like, and you're not selling it. Good for you.
I did that at BotCon where I knew that. You remember the Defensor set that came out in Combiner Wars, like the Defensor guys? They were hot right off the press, like hitting stores just as BotCon like started, like that weekend of BotCon. And I remember TF Source had a few sets, like they probably had like 4 to 6 sets of them. I went over there before the dealer room opened. I bought all 6 sets and I put them on my fucking thing for like for a little bit of markup because it's like I knew they were gonna sell at the show, so I made a chance and I said, you know what, let me buy it from TF Source, and they're selling it for retail price, and I bought them all there and I marked it up like $5-10 more figure, and I ended up selling all the figures at that show. So.
But no, I was more salty about the fact because, like Jose, I thought I was selling to somebody who wanted it in their collection inside a group that I've been part of for a long time. I knew what they were asking for on the aftermarket. I know what those things sell for. But I thought I was hooking somebody up, and then turn around, they flipped them, and I was.
Did he ask you for the deal, or did you post it at that price, and he took it at your posted price?
No, I knew the guy. Like, I had talked to him a bunch of times before, and I said, "Look, man, I'm going to put these up there for sale in the group, super cheap, man. I'm just trying to recoup my money. I'm not even trying to make money on them."
Well, so then you can't be mad at him.
So
you can't be mad at him.
I'd be a little mad. No, he had a rapport with the guy. He knew him. He was like, that's some bullshit. Good job pulling him out on that, man.
He's only defending it because I'm buying some of his He-Man stuff. He's trying to justify what he's telling me for. Don't.
Not at all. No, you're. What I'm charging you for that is less than what I paid for. So
I know you also told me I had to let you slap me in the mouth a couple of times next time I see you. So I mean, I'm paying for it.
I'm on both sides of that. Like I see both sides. It's like, listen, again, I know some of this. Like, I'm looking at what all this shit is worth, or what it's actually selling for on eBay. Like of course, the shit that it sells for on eBay, you can't really kind of expect that in these groups, or else they'll fucking be all over you or whatever. But you never know. There's somebody that sees it, wants it, and is like, all right, cool, I'll take it. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so it is what it is. You want to hook people up, that's good, but it is true. You can't be upset if they do resell it, because I mean, I guess it was your option to sell it for that.
What I'm saying is, I'm not upset about the fact that they resold. It's that was intent from Jump Street. Like, if you did it within a week, it took 3 days to ship to him. So that means he already had that plan before he.
So what?
That shit was so
again. So what?
Yeah, but you got yours, and he got his.
Exactly. You know,
and the universe going to come back around and slap him and Eric in the back of the head. I ain't worried
about it. All right. So, well, speaking of EE, how you doing tonight, brother? Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the invite. No, same old. Tuesday, trying to get through the week.
Right.
Counting down for a little mini vacation at the end of the month, hopefully. A couple of days off.
That's right.
I definitely need it. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to extend that a little bit, see if I get some extra days off.
Amen.
And I have also turned my living room into a fucking shipping station again.
The He-Man Purge of 2022.
The He-Man Purge of 2022. Yeah,
flying off the shelves.
Not as fast as I would like them to. Definitely not.
Yeah. I don't know. I started taking a hard look at that new He-Man coming out, that 40th anniversary one.
Thank you, Ryan.
And I'm like, I think Eric's making a mistake.
Nah, I don't think so.
Dude, did you see Chan last night on ETR? She's like, it's 4 different shades of beige before you even put the dirty paint on
it. Maybe it'll look better in dim lighting.
Last night I didn't see that.
All right, get off the show.
Poser.
It'll look good. It'll look better with a case of beer.
As long as I don't got to go to the cornfield.
No, that's my spot. Don't come over there.
Yeah, there's weird shit that goes on in the cornfield.
It's occupied already.
Yeah, I charge
weird Florida shit goes on in the cornfield.
I'm still trying to recoup that Mezco money. Come out of cornfield, you're gonna pay me rent.
Oh man. So what's up, E? Like, you just done with collecting He-Man, or just a certain?
So I'm moving on from the classics. I'm switching over to the new Masterverse figures that they've been showing. Not based off the TV show, off the other ones. You have some collectors that are like with Transformers. They buy mainline, they buy Legends, and they buy masterpiece scale. All 3. I'm kind of opposite. I just need one of each. So if I'm switching to Masterverse, I'm not going to keep the classics.
Okay.
And the idea, it's like, all right. Like, I've seen some of the new things they posted, and yes, I understand that He-Man shading is a bit over the top with the wash and everything,
except for his face.
But when you look at all the other figures that they've shown now, the Hordak, the She-Ra, based on those old designs, they look good.
That Hordak looks nice.
That Beastman, and if like, all right, that Beastman will cost me $20. It's more articulated. Yes, they're not painted the way classics were, but that classic Beastman's a $200 figure. I can sell right now for $200.
Yeah.
Make the money.
Make the fucking
and
money.
Then the original, and then I was just gonna pick them up and not switch yet. But then I'm noticing now the classics prices are starting to take a nosedive.
Mm-hmm.
And if I wait,
you're not gonna get anything from them, basically.
As of right now, I will still come out more than what I paid for, but not as much if I would have done this 5 months ago.
Yeah.
I think once these new reveals came out,
it messed the price up.
The prices started dropping, and I'm seeing a lot more posts now in these Facebook groups of other people selling classics all of a sudden.
Yeah. But even with the prices dropping a little, I know you got some of the really good, like the ones people want. That should be enough to cover everything that's coming out that you're wanting off this new line.
Yeah. So the big ticket items, the Fistos, the Scareglows, the Fangors. I think actually, so I sold my Fisto finally, but nobody's bought my Scareglow yet. Nobody's bought my Fangor yet because I think people are waiting.
To see what this thing does.
I think people are waiting to see if those reveals come out.
Yeah.
The
line you're buying now is the aesthetic. Like, is it still kind of like the old classic Toon aesthetic, or did it?
Yeah. It's the design that's recognized, as opposed to what they did in Revelations, which is what I wanted from Masterverse in the first place. And if I got a problem with the paint armors, I could always just paint the armor myself.
Yeah,
I could make Dave do it. I'm just knock on his door one day at 9 o'clock in the morning with my airbrush and paints. Like, here, get to work.
Do this shit.
Get to work. Get to work, Dave. And even not like I've got a couple of them already, and they're actually not bad figures. The ones that they didn't change the designs on. I mean, I will sit there and agree classics will always look better, but when you fix in these price points now, it makes a difference. Money talks. I'll get the Scareglow for $20. I'll sell the classics one for $300.
So you said it was the one you're collecting is called Masterverse?
It's the Masterverse line, yes.
Okay. All right, so I'm looking at the He-Man. Yeah, so I kind of dig that.
And they got the 40th anniversary He-Man coming out. Got the face sculpt that's reminiscent of the original toy. I get what people are saying. It looks like they went very, very heavy on the wash, but it's also not a final in-hand product.
That's also true.
So hopefully it'll be a little. It won't be as pronounced, and if it is, a magic eraser. A magic eraser to take some of that off.
As long as it ain't as ugly as that Savage He-Man, that shit was bad.
Yeah, see the Savage He-Man, the He-Man they base off of that TV show, they look horrible. I don't like them. But the Spike-Or they didn't change his design at all. It looks exactly like the Spike-Or we knew. Same thing with the Stink-Or and
I have that Spike-Or now, so you're gonna have to come to me if you want that.
I got it. I replaced
Triclops.
Triclops is another one. When if you don't put the robe on him, the armor scheme and everything is exactly the same as it always was. So there's no.
I put the robe on mine.
I didn't put the robe on mine.
I kind of like the robe. I thought it looked cool, like that whole the high priest thing. So if I was that, I'd get two.
Yeah, I like that. I like that take on freaking Triclops. How he's like the cult guy and stuff. I thought it was neat.
Yeah, it was cool for the show.
Yeah,
it was cool for the show, but I still prefer that classic look, so to speak.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going for. But I have, if I ever want to switch it, I have it in the bin now with
go.
all my other accessories.
That reveal at the end of the show and stuff, freaking like who's actually in control there, I freaking pop like I was freaking watching AEW or something.
And hopefully they do a season 2.
I hope so too. That was a good show. I liked it.
I gotta finish it.
You can buy the Motu Classics head. Sometimes people sell them by themselves too. If you want to swap out the He-Man head,
exactly. And there's tons of people that make custom heads.
Yeah, you got choices. There's options.
There's options.
Yeah.
If I feel a certain Masterverse figure isn't up to par compared to the, paint wise, head sculpt wise, to fix it. Some of the armors from the classics actually do fit on the Masterverse, some don't. There's always, the Kit Bash route. So there's options there, and if I can make a couple grand off of this, which is what I probably will do when I'm all said and done, why not?
Yeah, dude.
I gotta say the best part about it is actually seeing Eric excited again about it. Like he's really into He-Man. A lot of people don't get that, and like he talked about it before, but with this new wanting to get rid of this line and start the new line, he's back to really being excited about it again. That's fun to see. I like to see when a collector gets into that groove again.
It helps. It definitely helps when you start going through your stuff, and like even if you are letting some things go, like it sometimes could help you realize like, okay, like maybe I don't need all this shit. I really like this, so I'm gonna focus on this, and then kind of gives you like a renewed purpose towards that. Because trust me, like I hadn't been getting shit like the past couple of months, and then like now just kind of getting like a piece here and there, and now going through like these totes, and like I'm finding some like third party stuff that I opened, and I'm like the Ferrocons from MMC. I'm still to this day like I could sell this, but I was like I'll never sell this. Like I love those figures so much that I'm like I know I'll always have an enjoyment out of it, and just to take them out to mess with them again after not touching them for like over a year or whatever, it gives you like a boost, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel a little bit like more towards the hobby.
Right.
But then I just did a couple of months ago.
Like rejuvenated.
Exactly. It wasn't an easy decision to make this sale on these classics because if anybody remembers, for about a year and a half, I went crazy hunting down this collection. I started late. I didn't come in when these were coming out with Matty Collector. I only started that collection about a year and a half ago. And within a year and a half, I finished all the figures I wanted, plus some, which came out to like almost 100 figures. Dom can tell you, I sat there day after day scouring everything I could on Facebook and eBay, trying to find the best deals because they were expensive as fuck back then. Yeah. Just a year and a half ago, they were expensive.
Which I think that time spent that you did will pay out dividends with regardless of how far the price drops. Like I think you're still going to make a couple extra bucks that you can.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I with the prices that they're going now. I mean, I'm making in the end, I will have made more than what I spent, but that's because I didn't just jump on every eBay sell and I literally, 2:00 in the morning, I'm looking at my phone to see if anybody posted anything new. 3:00 in the morning, Facebook, I wake up in the middle of the night. Let me look at my phone, see if anybody posted something new.
Yeah, virtual hunting is a real thing. A lot of people miss a lot of good deals.
Yeah. Like Eric did that to like the nines with regards to how efficient and how well he digged in those virtual spaces to pull out some of the figures that he got and the deals that he got, which is a testament because that's what it's a skill that people should learn and save themselves cash instead of jumping on the the highest price right off the bat. Like there's a lot of people selling these things, and and you might find a good deal if you just are patient.
And there was help from friends and everybody who contributed to help me getting that and made it hard. Like, damn, I really worked hard to get this. Mm-hmm. Do I want to sell it or not?
Yeah, isn't that part of it though? Like, so you took time to curate and accumulate all that stuff, and that's sort of like the thrill of the hunt that I think we all sort of feel as collectors.
Oh, yeah,
like, what I'm saying? Like, where we got that shit in our cart, and it's like you get that dopamine rush. Like when you buy something, you get it, and it's like, listen, you hunted for that shit, you got it, and then you're proud for a while. But then, like all things, it's like, you climb that mountain. Now what's next, right?
When the figure that came out for $25 retail 10 years ago goes for $400, $500, and you got it for $90, you're like, wow. Mm-hmm. I got a real deal on this, even though I spent $90 on a figure that was only $25 with single elbow, single knees, no ankle pivots, like they're not. Yeah, no, the old classics line looks really, really good, painted, sculpted by the Four Horsemen, but they're very limited on their articulation.
Oh yeah, Four Horsemen, definitely.
You have single elbow, single knees, and up and down on the ankle, and an ab crunch and a swivel. That's it.
I didn't know the Four Horsemen. Those are the same ones that are doing the mythic stuff.
Yeah, they're the same guys.
I didn't know that.
Do you even Four Horsemen, bro?
No, I don't.
Nope.
Do you even Cabal?
No, I don't even know what you're talking. Like the guy in Mortal Kombat with the running fast guy. Him.
No, it's a Facebook group for Mythics.
No.
Four Horsemen sculpted that line.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yep.
That's
They did
cool.
it for Matty Collector at first, and then when the line switched over to Super 7, they did the sculpts for Super 7 also. And if some of these figures don't sell, it's okay because they can kind of mix in with the Masterverse. You can mix and match the two collections, and certain figures I know they're not going to make and there's Masterverse stuff that I have that I can keep.
Yeah, you're gonna run. There's a possibility you're gonna run to the Thundercat. The Thundercat situation where they just stop.
Yeah, see, and that's the big concern. Are they going to go far enough to at least give me what I consider the core characters?
Yeah. Oh, I was about to ask that. I was like, "What the line you're collecting? Are you gonna get everybody that you'd be happy with?" As far
that's the hope that they go that far enough that you get at least all the main He-Man guys, the main Skeletor guys, Hordex,
Masterverse.
Yes, Hordex crew and the Snake.
Yeah, I think we might. It
all depends. It depends on the popularity.
Yeah,
it depends on if people are buying it. If people are buying it, then it'll keep going. If the line dies, then people stop buying it.
The probability is high. It's just that how much are they gonna? They could fuck it up by putting stupid other figures in a wave that nobody wants.
35 repaints of He-Man every wave.
Exactly, like you're not.
And stupid heavy washes.
Stupid heavy washes.
The Optimus Prime, though, right? You gotta get that character to anchor.
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of different versions of He-Man that they can make. There's the battle armor, the thunder punch. The flying fist, the laser light He-Man, and there's the new adventures He-Man.
No one cares.
Battle armor He-Man.
Yo, I always hated that shit as a kid. Like all the fucking different versions of Batman we got back in the day. Like I want the fucking regular Batman. Like I don't want fucking ice suit Batman. I don't want volcano Batman. I don't want.
I like those Batmans. I had a bunch of them.
Did he say ice? Did he say ice cream scoop Batman?
Ice cream Batman, yeah. Not snow Batman.
Well, there's not as many He-Mans as there are Batman outfits.
Not Arctic armored Batman.
Not even close.
Snowsuit Batman.
What is there more of, Batman suits or Iron Man suits?
Batman.
New Age Transformers. Someone put a video up today that there's a new Optimus Prime. They got 13 different versions of that thing out already in less than a year. It's been like 6 months. Yeah, there's 13 versions out.
Green got most of them.
I got 4.
You got 4. I'm almost about to click the button on the regular version. Like I didn't get it. Like I was, and then I'm like, and now I just keep looking at it, and I'm like, I think I want it. But then I know I'll get it, and I'll be like, I don't fucking need this shit.
It'll give you 2-3 days of pure enjoyment for sure.
Yeah, I know.
That includes the 3 Ultra Magnuses that they did. Because they required that bot to make the Ultra Magnus. So
I've been thinking so hard about switching a lot of my Masterpiece to Legends. I like that Legends Masterpiece blend. I love it. Shut up, Eric, because he said I was going to do that too, by the way. He said when I got my first Legends, I was going to start thinking about it. And I've got a half dozen of them or so now, and I really am thinking about it. But it's just so daunting. I'm so lazy. I don't want to repack all these masterpieces and put all their accessories back and try to sell them. I'm just lazy.
Look,
undersell them to some guy, have some other guy sell it inflated prices later.
If I had the space,
I give everything I don't want to my cousin's triplets. I just give it to the
salt
kids.
in my wound, Brian.
If I had the space, I probably never would have switched off for Masterpiece.
Mine is that's a space thing, like you're saying. That's why
it got to a point where it was like I need to be realistic. Like I'm looking at, granted, fans so I never finished them, but I was looking at them combiners, and I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna put these things? Yeah. How am I gonna have room for other things that I'm also into? The Black Series, the Marvel Legends.
Dude, you're reading
G.I. Joe
line
line
right now because I just got that wave 2 of Thundercats in, and I'm like, dude, where the fuck am I gonna put this big ass Mumra? Gonna take up more room than half the guys I got on the shelf already. And I'm like,
Dude,
oh.
I got them this weekend too. I opened 2 of them. I'm gonna open this Mumra. But it's
that
like,
Mumra's really nice.
and then it's like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
do I have a box big enough to store all these boxes? And I tell you,
And that's another.
I Tetris
thing.
those things for like 20 minutes till I couldn't get the last one in. I was like, fuck.
That's another thing with
Did
the
you open
Super
Tiger
7
yet?
stuff.
Yeah,
my,
Tiger's
my,
here.
my wife took a picture
How bad
of it
was
and
it?
to me while I was
How
at
bad was the
work,
paint?
and she's like, "You have a huge box here," and I'm like, "I don't know what I thought I had a huge box." And I got home and I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot they got the big ass Mummer box inside of it because it's like twice the size. The BBTS shipper box is twice the size of all their normal boxes just because of that."
Yeah.
My Tiger was fine. I know people, or at
My
least
Tiger
one
wasn't.
person,
Oh,
is
yeah.
complaining about no elbow pad on his arm. But his paint apps were fine on mine.
Yeah, sure.
No, mine's got a bunch of paint chips on it.
My
some of you seen freaking
Groon and Mumra are on. They got the loosest hips, dude. I'm gonna have to literally look up a video on how to get this Kiki stuff in there because I've never used it yet.
So my Mumra's hips were fine, but those Groon hips, mine are super loose.
My one,
which is a little disappointing.
As far as how the figure goes and being able to stand it and articulate it, the Pumaira has been the best one out of my whole set. Pumaira and Tigra.
Right.
No. Well, besides like with Ricky, like with space issues, I mean, he like said it, like that's why he like switched out. But besides like not only the space issues with the masterpiece or anything else you're collecting, like you're also like probably more likely to get every character fucking
in Legends,
in Legend scale that you're not going to get in masterpiece.
Oh, with Legend, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Sorry, go ahead, Eric.
Go ahead, because he was talking to you, not me.
Okay, yeah, it's a private conversation between you. Private conversation between the one thing that really got me into Masterpiece, my first one was MP13, was my mind was blown away by the engineering of my G1 Soundwave, and then seeing this modernized, like all the engineering put into it, how it all worked and everything, it blew my mind. So then, of course, I went full-blown Masterpiece, really getting into it. And to me, still learning all the different scales and stuff, because still, as much as I have, I'm still relatively new. I've only been doing this for like 2 years with the Masterpiece stuff. And Legends, to me, in my head, because I was still learning, Legends was like mainline. Whenever I'd see a mainline at a store and then I'd hear somebody talking about Legends, I'm like, oh, they're just talking about a 3D version of this. And I'm like, I don't want that shit. I don't need this. Is very, I mean, it's still mainline stuff is nicer than what we got at when we were kids, but in comparison to the intricacy of a Masterpiece, I'm like, oh, that's a big step back.
Yeah.
But then I messed up. Eric got me looking at these freaking Legends, and I got the Devastator. I ended up with both of them, the New Age and a Magic Square, and they really do have all that intricate engineering in this little tiny figure. So now my mind's like, well, how the hell did they get all this engineering into this little thing when they could do all this stuff? So now I just kind of want to do them all to do that. And then the bonus is I'll have more room to put stuff. I have so much stuff in boxes still that I can't even put out because I have nowhere to put it. So I mean, I'm really on the, like, I'm like Eric like a month ago on this He-Man stuff. Like I'm right there. It's gonna take one tiny little gust of wind, and I'm gonna be hawking all these Masterpieces.
That Masterpiece purge is what paid for the Classics collection.
Yeah, and I can get a big old dent into the Legends collection selling off. I got a lot of Masterpieces. I have like 500 bots, I think, in total. Like,
Jesus.
500 Masterpieces?
Yes.
Jesus,
that's a lot in 2 years. Wow, that's fucking quite a.
But
fucking
yeah,
ride.
with the, like you said, with the Legends, I have characters that I never would have purchased in Masterpiece scale.
Yeah,
like the DJD and a couple, mixing and matching and grabbing extra ones. Yep. Six shots and Overlord.
What do you got? Like every Seeker that was ever made or something?
I got all the Seekers. I got every Lamborghini. I got every Datsun. I got them all, dude. Like my brain is like, oh, I liked it. I'm buying them all. I've got every MP10 mold. I've got every version that they've put out on it. I got all the Seekers, the Cone Heads. Like all the Mambos.
Like,
all
but you
the
got the
costumes.
deformation speakers, the make toy speakers, the
Well, I got the deformation. I only got. I mean, the make toys. I only got Starscream. I got all 3 deformation spaces. I got all the MP11s with all their multicolors in the mold.
Oh my
I got
goodness!
cones. I
Gracious.
literally went nuts because of the engineering. I didn't care about the fact that I didn't know the character, and I didn't care about the fact that I had the same one. I loved playing with it. And if like the Sunstorm and all that, because I don't care who that character is, that's the one that I can flip back and forth and not worry about it. I don't care. I'm not going to do that to my Starscream, but I'll do that to him.
I hear
you. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I do.
Shit,
I have a
you're
shit.
right. I bet that is like a few hundred. Holy shit,
and then you got to remember, I have all the combiners that are multiple bots in each one of them. I got all of it. I got crazy into other like the Planet X stuff, and like I've got a crap ton.
Just collecting the official fans toys, X Trans bots, and make toys. You're gonna you're gonna.
And I own every fans toys except for Lupus, and then the recolors of the like. I don't have like the.
Get you right.
I don't have Lupus, and I don't have what's the one? The one Chris does the voice. I'm brain farting. Lord Shockwave. I don't have their Shockwave or any of his multiple repacks, and I don't have any of the repacks of like the Dinobots, and I only have Omega Supreme. I don't have the Blue Guardian, but I have every main figure they put out. I got them all except for Shockwave and Lupus.
And Lupus is coming back out.
So, those are coming out. Yeah, so you'll have an opportunity. You said you had both the Magic Square and the New Age Devastator. Which ones do you like better out of those two?
Oh man. Okay, so that's kind of tricky. One of them I like better as the individual bots. I think that was Magic Square. No, it was New Age because their Devastator. Is that the one, Eric, that I have that's got the floppy ab crunch?
Yes.
That thing drives me. Like I can literally hold him like this and just go like this, and he'll just flop.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, and I don't like.
But I think you got a bad copy. I don't think that.
I can't judge it by anybody else's. I can only go by mine.
Yeah, but from what I've heard, that's not like a big issue with him. Like no, every once in a while, you get these ones that just
you get a bad egg. Yeah, you get a bad egg.
Yeah,
I'm with that. I'm not that guy going burn down New Age because I have a floppy ab. I'm not that guy. That's not my thing. But it's if I'm looking at those two together, I think I like the Magic Square and Devastator mode and the New Age and the individual bots. Okay. I think is how I ended up liking them. I don't remember because they're in there pissing me off right now. So
what's your count total, Brian? Just looking over there.
Yeah, I was just thinking. It's like I think I've got like around 80 in this room.
Keep counting, dude. And then if you start counting anything that's not a masterpiece scale, like any Transformer, third party or mainline or legend scale, masterpiece scale, you start getting into that, and my number keeps going higher because you got to remember, if it's Soundwave, I have it in all its iterations.
Yep,
I have it.
Yep.
In all its different repaints, all its different packagings. The MP13 mold, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. One of them I put the Toy Hack stickers to make it toy mode looking. I have it straight up regular. I have the Sound Blaster, and I have that clear Year of the Goat one. So I mean, I like all of them.
Yeah.
Like and then those were actually my first Legends. Is I bought every Magic Square version of Soundwave and Sound Blaster, and every New Age one. I have the gold one. I have the sticky one. I have the metallic one, the toy one. Just like he's doing with David, I have all those Soundwaves like that from New Age.
That's right. I didn't buy the clear orange Soundwave.
I have
I remember they had that, right? That was like
Shattered Glass.
Toys R Us.
Year of the Goat. Yeah, Year of the Goat. Year of the Looking.
I didn't like the way that looked because of that. Those colors. I did get the Optimist because it was.
I was gonna say there's a few of them. Optimist. There was the Soundwave, and I want to say the Starscream. They did a clear one too, like a Year of the Goat thing or something like that for it. There was another one.
That Year of the Goat was my first time I owned the MP10 mold. And I wound up getting the regular one when they re-released it, but it was after that. I got that one first.
Dude, not for nothing.
I only have 10B. That's the only one I got of that mold.
That MP10, I think it was like Year of the Dragon or something that year. I can't remember what it was. I mean, not for nothing. He was a stand-in for a lot of people because MP10 was hard to get, the regular one.
Some of them had the gold on them.
The gold grill, and he's two-toned. Like not for nothing. That's a good looking color on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to get the Evangelion version of that one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
wow.
the shattered glass of MP10 is like one of my favorite bots. I got the upgrade toy hack stickers for it, and it pushes it to the next level. I love that MP10 shattered glass.
Yeah, I remember when I started putting toy hack stickers on everything.
Do you remember the time that you went back with a hairdryer and started taking them all off because you got tired of them?
No.
I remember that because that was just not too long ago.
Oh, for real? Oh man, I love the. I mean, I'm not big on like labeling the figures and stuff, but I do like the way the toy hack stuff looks on the Titans. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, they really make them like with all the little blue stickers, like they look like windows and shit. They really make them look like you take the time to label it all up. It looks great.
Nice. Yeah.
So much of that dead space, like on the combiners, like they just make it all functional. You know what I'm saying? So times.
Yeah, one of my favorite sticker kits was for the DX9 Rodimus. Like I like that sticker set a lot. That was
that, and I like the one for the my very first combiner was the Unique Toys Bruticus. And that's because I didn't know about the scale thing. No, it wasn't my first. My first was Devastator. And then I went and got Bruticus. And I saw all the sales on Zeta and I saw all the sales on Unique Toys. And I didn't realize that they were smaller. I thought they were the same thing. So I got the Unique Toys and he was short. And I was like, son of a bitch. But the Toy Hack sticker set that goes to that one is top notch, dude. Like the bots and the alt modes look amazing, especially what is the helicopter? They called him like Rage Winter Chill in their set or whatever, but
Vortex.
His sticker set I really loved on his bot mode and Swindles too. And eventually when I got the Zeta Bruticus, I was able to break him down. He's my individual bots now in front of my Zeta Bruticus, and they look really nice with that sticker set. But there's some of them I went like all the Lambos and all the Dotmans. I'd order theirs because I'm an idiot, not thinking if this is the same exact thing, different mold, same mold, different color, that the Toy Hack stickers are going to be the same thing. Some of them weren't even different colors. They were literally just the same sheet of stickers. They just charged you more and sent it to you. And because it was for a special, the Silver Streak or whatever, and it was literally the same exact set that went on Blue Streak, and they just charged you more for it.
Mm-hmm. How are you guys feeling with that new Devi that they're putting out, that reveal? That's
who?
It's supposed to be like that 24 inches.
Who's putting that out?
Vortex Studios or something like that.
Vectron Labs.
He looks big.
I am really curious to see how it works, like from an engineering perspective. Like,
yes,
it's piqued my interest. It's not up my alley. Like, I'm good with what I got, but
did you guys take a look at it last night?
No, that is going to be like a masterpiece scale, right? Like
it's supposed to be bigger than Toy World,
bigger than the Zeta stuff, right? Yeah, so that's right. I'm like, man, what? I don't know if you could get bigger than that, but if it's
they said the overall height is either 24 inches or 28 inches, and the Toy World one's only 22.
They talked to the experts, and the experts told them,
yeah.
Yo, that's gonna be nuts.
That Zeta scale was too small.
Hey, Brian, can you tell who saw the Robots news on ETR and who didn't?
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys went over that last night?
Yeah,
I think
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that.
It looks like the ultimate parts former though, and the shells, and definitely very interested into how it looks.
So the picture that we saw is that you could tell that the scrapper was almost like in a shell for the leg. Like, like it looked interesting. It looked very interesting.
It also looks very toy.
Did that with the Stunticons that freaking put the shells on the arms, kind of something like that.
It was XTB.
Oh, is that what they kind of did with like the scrapper? Is that how you guys?
I don't know. It looks like you stick him in there the way his head is popping out the bottom. It's interesting.
He looked like he was trying to do a handstand push-up.
It also looks very, very toon accurate.
Yes,
like there's like no detail on it whatsoever. It could be just because it's the renders, but
it has the small bucket for the foot and all that stuff. There it is.
So Wes,
there you go.
Oh, I remember these. Yeah, I remember these now. Yeah, you could switch out the buckets and shit.
Well, no,
that
was Keith was swapping out the buckets.
Yeah.
But this is the leg, right?
Yeah,
and you can see the scrappers inside this leg.
He's just tucked in there.
Yeah.
And
see
to
that?
give you an idea,
Yeah,
that
that's big.
Scrapper is the size of the
Yeah, I see what you're
MP
talking about there,
Inferno.
Yeah,
He's the same height as MP Inferno.
that's a
Oh,
big.
damn.
Oh god, that's a huge
That's
shell.
a big bitch.
Yeah, I think what did it say? 24 inches. Yeah.
Wait, can you
24
go back? Can you go back to the other picture? Is that a mushroom pet? See, that concerns me.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's got teeth on it.
Yeah, but still, like
Wait.
something that big.
Wait, is that Scrapper's bucket though? Is that the bucket that Scrap? It's not a
No.
bucket.
No,
That's a-
No, it's not. It's not his bucket. I don't
his
think.
bucket's tucked up in the calf or something.
So
Well, all right. So there's something going on here, right? So
yeah, so you see, it's the
you see the 3 dots there, and so that is his bucket, but there's
So
something else.
the other piece folds into
There's
it.
something
folds
sitting in
into
his
it.
bucket. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's something sitting in his
It
bucket.
drops down, like that middle part pops out and it slides in because you see it sitting inside itself right there.
Yeah, but something's going on because the teeth are different.
mhm.
I don't know what they're doing.
Mm.
That's
It could
another-
be a couple of them fold under the foot.
Yeah, it looks like the bucket transformed because if you go back to the big bucket, scroll over to the other bucket.
That shit
There's
looks
like lines inside.
Yeah,
the
you
back.
can see. Yeah, you can see I can definitely see one line inside.
I think
that
you
bucket
switched to. I
transforms.
think you take that out. I think that's gonna come off.
Yeah, this
And
is
it's- 'cause
something
this is-
totally different.
Yeah, because you
It's-
can look, like you said, look
yeah.
at the teeth on the bottom or whatever you want to
Yeah.
call it.
Yeah.
I think it transforms.
It's like I don't know. So
Hey,
maybe
I think it transforms.
Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know.
maybe
what I mean.
his bucket's on the bottom, but like maybe this thing comes down and
Yeah.
into place or something.
It's like some of column A, some of column B. It's parts former and it collapsed.
But that is a little concerning.
Look, Jay, in
Looking
the
at
chat,
that,
he said
looking at-
shell is optional if you want it to be tuned, off for toy.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting.
So I guess
Yeah.
if you take the shell off, he's gonna be shorter.
Probably the way it looks.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
it's very interesting on how they're going to do this.
Yeah, like you said, I'm interested in I don't want to buy a whole Devastator, but
But I wanted to see what this looks like. when
yeah,
it's
just
done.
one to see what it does. But knowing our luck, though, they won't sell you the shell pieces with him. It'll be with somebody else, so you'll have to go buy them.
Is this
But, like-
supposedly? Is this?
I'll
supposed
buy
to be
another Devastator if it's freaking 2 feet tall.
I was about to say, like, this is not going to be much bigger than the Zeta, right? I mean, it's going to
No,
be
It's going to be bigger, but I mean,
4
Zeta's what,
inches.
18 inches?
4
2 inches bigger.
The toy world is 20, I
It's-
think, right?
I thought it was 21 or 22.
Oh well, you can go measure.
it's a
Either
little
way,
bigger. It's not a
somewhere
foot
between
taller.
2 and 4 inches taller.
Yeah.
and that doesn't sound like a lot, but in a masterpiece, that's a whole head and then some.
I mean, that's gonna make him either is that gonna make him taller than your Fans Toys Omega because then they'll be out of scale. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well,
That
'cause
thing
then-
says Omega doesn't scale with
I'm
anything.
interested to see this knee joint on for the Mixmaster part. Like, I'm really like this is it really intriguing me
Yeah.
because usually we see Devastator like Scrapper comes up to here and then you have the parts forming,
Mhm.
or you had long hauls legs come down to become the thighs. You know what I mean?
Right.
So like this is the first time we're seeing this, unless New Age or Magic Square did it because I can't
What
remember
is
what
that?
they did.
It was how New Age Magic Square did it. It's the bot up till the knee, and then
Excuse
it
me.
connects,
Okay.
and then it connects to
Yeah.
a
The
piece.
thighs are part of the.
The thigh, yeah,
Yeah,
connects to
the
the.
thigh.
Yeah, but the other
bottom
pictures
piece.
that look like freaking his legs go up inside the thigh, though.
Yeah, like when you show it from the back, like that other picture you had, like that looks like
Yeah,
his
look,
legs back
it
there.
looks like his legs are up in there.
Something goes up in
Yeah.
Yep.
there.
I'm using my finger to point at the screen like you guys can see it.
Yeah.
But do you guys like
I
the
just
way
thinking, I
this
was like, right there, that right there.
Do you like the way this looks
Uh-huh.
though? Like seriously, like I don't know, like there's something about it, like
It's very, very,
From the
very
back, no.
tuned.
From the back, no. From the front, it
I don't
doesn't-
like it, but I'm interested.
Yeah.
It's definitely
The
piqued
back
my
and the
curiosity.
side doesn't really.
If
look
you're
like
into the
what
toon
front
tickles,
does.
it's almost
Super.
I can see why you
Super
like it. This is super,
Yeah.
super, super tuned.
Not even
Right
too
now,
big,
right
but
now, it looks like you just got to keep him in the A stance so you can't like see him from angles and see all that ugliness.
That's the other trick too. Like, I'm guessing there is an ankle pivot like somewhere in there.
but it's like underneath the knee.
Yeah.
The bot
So
looks great.
I don't know.
I like the bot. It looks very
Well,
clean.
but
So
yeah,
it's
it's
gonna
very,
be- it's
it's
gonna be-
very tuned though.
If that's the
Yeah, his
bot
ankle
stuff up
tilt
in
is
there,
like right below the knee joint.
if we're right on that being his legs behind the thighs, then that joint right there underneath the knee, that ankle tilt under the knee, that's going to be like a teapot joint on Scrapper.
Has the price point come out for this or not yet?
I haven't seen the price point yet.
Not
What's
yet.
up, Vinny?
Not yet.
No, I mean, usually I complain
If
when
it's
these
as big as you say, it'd probably be
Actually,
like 200, 250.
when these companies come out and it's like, oh god, another Menasor, another Bruticus. Why do we
look at
keep
that.
getting the same
Oh,
combiners
wait, so
over?
look at that.
He's as big as
Some of the
Grapple.
combiners I don't mind getting over and over.
That looks
so
good
Yeah,
next
but
to the
you know,
grapple.
like I think this is due for an update.
I don't know. I think the
Because
Toy
all
World
you
Debbie
have is
fine.
Toy World Debbie.
Wes, are you looking at this? That scrapper is
Yeah.
the size of Grapple.
Yep.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
That's a
fucking nuts.
big
Yeah.
bot.
That thing's probably gonna be like around $200, if not more, when it comes
Per
to
bot?
And they did nail that
Yeah.
tune look too. They
Yeah.
did nail it. Like it's
Yeah.
clean and simple and like
Yeah.
man. It's like I think that just affirms
Is this
why I'm
like an
out. Like
old
it looks
company that
cool,
just
but
changed their
that's
name?
not what I'm
Like,
looking.
it's been in the game, but
But then
I know.
when
I'm definitely going in on the freaking orange set from
when it
who
does
is it,
the bot
XTB
mode,
or Keith or whatever.
it's clean as Devastator like Toon, but in the individual bots, it looks almost like it has toy homages to it, like how they had the parts painted on his chest and stuff.
Maybe this is the set you get if you want to keep it in bot mode or vehicle mode. It seems like it would be better for that. Maybe.
Maybe.
It looks good. I don't know. Someone was telling me this is an Italian company. Was someone in the chat saying that last night?
Yeah, it's an Italian company. Well, everybody's assuming it is because one of the first thing they put out had like an Italian flag next to their Vectron Labs logo or something.
Okay. Yeah. But nobody else besides, I mean, to me, I felt like the Toy World ones, I mean, that's already years old at this point, but I never really felt like those look like Masterpiece. Like that looks like Masterpiece now, like with the
that looks like the current Masterpiece.
Yeah, with the real tune look. So I mean, and I nobody's done, and we haven't gotten a complete combiner yet, right? Like except for what is it? I guess the Menasor.
Yeah, Minosaur's complete and tune accurate. Yeah.
And we got the
Zeta's
Zeta
done,
Superion.
Bruticus and
We got
Superion.
Bruticus.
Yeah,
Well,
but they're not very tune accurate.
Yeah, but you know what? So
that's
the thing. So I mean, maybe like from Fans Toys and Takara itself, we've yet to get like a combiner from them because I feel like those are the only two.
Yo, fuck
companies that
Fans
really
Toys.
hit that the aesthetic. To me, they hit that Masterpiece aesthetic. Like there's really
all I know.
Like that.
Fans Toys ain't getting another freaking cent from me until they finish the combiners.
All I know is with this delay, those fucking combiners better be fucking perfect.
Yeah.
Goddamn right.
They better be perfect.
Perfection.
I'm gonna be 1,000% honest. I have the DX9 Minosaur and I have the Zeta Superion. If I even bother putting this thing in combined mode when Fans Toys finish it, I'm gonna do it one time to take a picture, and then it's coming back down to individual bots anyways. I'm hoping they release Dead End and the other two aerial bots and say we'll sell you the combiner pieces separate, like XTB did with the trailer, and I won't even buy the combiner piece.
So
just buy the box.
I've already seen somewhat.
In 2 weeks, Ricky, you're going to be selling your Masterpiece anyway, so don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's true too. But supposedly,
I'm keeping my combiners though.
Okay.
Supposedly, Dead End comes with the combiner pieces.
Supposedly, but I hope they just put them out.
Yeah, he's gonna be expensive as hell then.
Oh yeah.
According to
how much were the other Limbots when they came out? What were they?
Oh God,
200,
110,
180, 220.
No, they weren't 180. No, those other, they weren't that expensive.
Yeah, they kind of were.
No.
Which one are we talking about?
Lowell in the chat said he never picked up Toy World Devastator. So I guess like for people that come late to the game and stuff, if they haven't gone in on a Debbie yet, it's just good for
How
them.
did I buy that Studio Cell version?
I'll tell you in a second.
So here's your Minosaur math. If you remember, we did this.
Oh yes.
What was the price?
Oh yeah.
I remember when we did this.
I vaguely remember it.
How do I zoom in on this? I can't remember. Yeah, the
Bottom right.
Pinch to zoom.
it won't. Oh, there it goes. But yeah, so we had the Fans Toys. What was the question? Who was asking what?
How much were the limbs?
For Fans Toys, yeah. Kenneth's was 130 to 140.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
they
that's
weren't
where
about
we were.
180. They weren't 180.
Well,
Yeah.
Motormaster was 180.
Motormaster, exactly. Motormaster was even less than 200.
And let me tell you, that is
So if
still
Dead
one
Ends
of
come with all the
the
combiner part, if Dead Ends come with all the combiner parts, that's easily gonna be over.
I'm pretty he's going to be at least the same price as
Yeah.
Motormaster, if not more.
250.
I didn't say
So-
more because you know how
So
much metal they're going to
basically,
use in that.
yeah. So it was rumored back when we made this. It said it was rumored that Dead End would include the combiner pieces, and it would be the price of Road King. So.
No,
But
it's
now
not
they're
gonna
having to rework everything and put all those heavier
And-
metallic ratchets in there. I think it's going to drive the price up.
And then so
Fans
this
Toys
was
Magnum.
way back when, people. Listen. Way
Way
back when. That's what they said. So
Back in
Road
the days.
King was originally 180, but then they reissued it
Old
for
fans.
For more.
230. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Fans Magnum was
230 was
115 on TF Source when I bought it. Was 115.
That Road King is
For
still
Magnum.
probably transformation wise. That's probably my favorite bot. Like just with the compression and everything on that trailer, I love that transformation on him.
Well, everybody was complaining about that shit though, right? About the backpack when it came out. Wasn't that
Oh,
the thing
God.
people talked about the most?
I thought I heard
Oh
something.
God,
about that.
people
Yeah,
like to complain. I mean, look, if they would have made him two separate pieces,
They'd have bitched
They'd
about
complain
that.
about
people
that.
would have
About
complained.
Yeah,
They made
yeah.
them all in one.
They
People
complain.
complain. You know,
see,
the
that-
fact that they were able to take that massive ass trailer and gave you a backpack that isn't even the worst backpack I've ever seen on a
It's
fucking
smaller than the
model.
MP10. The
Make it-
MP10
make it-
backpack.
Making Transformers is a no-win freaking.
Yeah,
when it
for
comes
anybody.
to making fans
And see,
happy. When it
and
comes to
Eric's not
keeping the
even
fans
making up
happy, it's
some.
no win for companies.
He's not even acting like he's guessing. Like, because if you look at XTB, you remember XTB and everybody freaking out about the trailer being separate from Motormaster and how it should have came together and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
There you go. So no matter how you do it, you're going to get yelled at about something.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
the physics
was-
of that compression is amazing.
You know,
This
I
was
have
all-
pictures of that Motormaster standing on doing one-handed stands.
Yep.
Like
The
it's
Fan Stores one?
the fan stores one. Yeah,
Holy shit!
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where I was able to get him to stand on one hand.
Yep.
Damn, that's nice.
You know,
What a bit.
they did a really good job on that bot.
He's driving.
Yeah, I
just
like
popped
it a
in?
lot.
That skinny?
Vinny,
Skinny Vinny.
Yeah, I'm driving.
What's
What
up,
up,
Vin?
Vinny, we're live, by the way, Vinny. Just want to let you know.
That's all right. I'm
And while
on
we're
the
live on the
ride,
internet,
man.
where's my candy, bro?
Trying to find Minnesota on
I'm
the
here for the
road.
ride. I just I'm on my way home still. They took us out to dinner tonight because they don't want to give us no raises or fucking do anything and work us like fucking dogs.
Pizza party. That's it. Pizza,
Pizza
party.
party.
Pizza party. Pizza party. That's it.
We went
Like
to
10-year-olds.
no, check this out.
Brian Pizza, that's
You
it.
ready?
They
Or
take
Subway.
It's called,
or Subway
it was
catering.
called Mama Dog. It was called Mama Dog's fucking seafood and pizza. Guess what? Family style. Fucking
Oh.
I couldn't even order diver scallops.
Oh.
But you know what? The food was delicious though. I mean, it was mainly Italian, you know, little chicken piccata, little chicken parm, little penny vodka.
What
You know, the
Fred's
rice balls were to die for. But
That sounds like my spot.
I wanted linguine and clam sauce. That's what I wanted.
Oh, fancy taste.
Look at fancy.
Fancy
over
guy
there.
over here.
You know,
He's like, I want a veal piccata, and then let me have a
Brink,
hamburger.
Hey, Brink. And it was right by Turtleback Zoo.
Oh man,
Mm.
You
Great.
know Turtleback Zoo, Brink?
Brink,
Remember
talking to
Turtleback
you.
Zoo?
What is it?
I might.
he's having a private conversation with Brink right now.
Yeah.
He's a whisper
Put
conversation.
them on the screen by themselves
Yeah.
like freaking Chris does with Jeremy.
So yeah, I'm on my way home. I got like an hour fucking ish almost.
All
I
right.
just got on the road, so. But I'm here
Well,
for the ride.
he's just said our total number of fucks that we're allowed for the entire
Yeah.
episode.
All right. So
We've reached our quota.
Jose, we had a couple topics. You want to touch on a couple of them?
What do you
So
want?
one of them was, is anyone excited for this Doctor Strange coming out?
Yes.
Yeah. Not
Very,
enough to actually
very
go to the
excited.
theater to see it.
Next Tuesday, I'm getting next Tuesday. I'm seeing it.
I'm hyped
So-
for it. I'm seeing it Thursday. And like I'm hyped for it because I haven't really been hyped for this Marvel shit, but like Spider-Man
I'm hyped.
was
I'm
really
hyped.
good. And this is like the next one, like you know what I'm saying, like the next film. So it's like okay, like I'm ready, like especially since this is gonna
The reset.
tackle like what you've been kind of seeing, like I think in the What If. I think if anybody slept on What If, like you might be a little lost here because I think
yeah,
they're gonna touch on some of that.
They're gonna touch on some of that stuff
I
that
think-
you saw in the What If series,
especially
I need
the
to watch
Agent
a little
Carter
bit of it.
episode.
Well, that and the evil
I need
Doctor
to-
Strange, the one they showed in the
Oh
commercial.
yeah, yeah.
Dead like
in
the
the
What If
trailer.
one. Yeah.
Well, that Zombie Strange in the movie looks like it's going to be freaking Defender Strange. Like something happens to him and he becomes freaking zombie.
No, I don't
Strange.
mean the zombie one. I mean if you watch
Oh,
the one where he lost his heart instead of his hands. You know,
Yeah. The shit it looks like it's
I
gonna be
didn't
wild though.
watch it all.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it all. I need to watch it then. I need to
Yeah.
catch up.
The
So I've
big
been-
thing
Alright.
for me is the first appearance of an X-Men
X-Men. Yep.
in the MCU.
Oh,
Yeah,
Eric,
that's
I'm
gonna
so
be
excited about
big,
that,
that's
man.
big.
I'm really curious on how they're going to tackle that
Yeah.
franchise. So this is the beginning. So we'll see what
And they name
do.
dropped the
Surprise me.
Illuminati.
Fantastic Four.
They name dropped the
Yeah,
Illuminati, which gives them more to build off of. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I was never worried about the Fantastic Four. They're easy to put in. It's just you're looking at just 4 characters that you got to introduce.
Yeah.
With the X-Men, you're looking at an entire race of fucking people. Where have they
It's its
been
own
this whole
universe
time? You know, like how are you going to do
Yeah.
this?
they can
How you gonna-
do the House of M story kind
What
of
do we
thing.
get?
Put in reverse or something.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll
What if
see.
we can
That's
get-
that's my
Or
most.
maybe you can do something
Gonna
like
get
with
an
the
X-Men? We don't know,
Inhumans.
right?
So,
Hold on,
so
man.
like I'm
Ah.
super excited to see it, but I don't know if I'm movie theater prices excited to see it.
I'm
Yeah,
moving
I'm
there.
not
Why
that
do people
excited.
keep saying that? Come on. Dude, you got 500 masterpiece
Fucking-
Transformers. You can't spend
Exactly,
$10 to go see a
exactly.
movie?
More
That you're
importantly-
about to
more
sell. That
importantly,
you're about
I
to
went
sell.
I went
That's
and
why
saw
he can't
Batman
go see it
3
'cause he's
times
got
in
500
theater.
Transformers.
That you're about to sell.
One at a time,
You're
one at a
about to sell.
Hey, you
Uh,
relax. Hey, I'll start selling my masterpiece after you sell me He-Man and Battle Cat.
I already no, you can't get He-Man and Battle Cat.
Okay, well then
Don't
I
just
guess
say
I'll
it, 'cause,
start selling my masterpiece.
But I'm selling you Skeletor and Panther. So
Yeah, I know, but that's why I specifically said He-Man Battle Cat because I knew what your answer was going to be, and I know why, and I'm not even hating on it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
saying,
You guys are getting me excited for it again, but because I was thinking about it today, because I had a chance. Maybe I still might have a chance to see it on Thursday, but
I'm
that
trying
might
to
be
go see
drying-
Thursday too.
That might be drying up for me, and then I was like, "Oh, I don't want to get
I don't have
spoilers.
a
I'm gonna
chance.
stay off the internet until." But then I
Yeah,
started thinking about it, and I was like, "You know what? I think I don't
That's
care
easy.
about spoilers for Marvel anymore."
Yeah,
Like
I
because
feel
now
you.
now that the whole like big
Yeah, no.
thing that I was really invested in is done, now I'm kind of like,
Tell it
spoil
to
it all
me.
you want,
Yes.
and then when we get closer to the new end game, then I might start getting concerned
Yeah.
again.
See, I don't get pissed about spoilers, but I do feel like they have been showing and like too much.
I don't either.
Like I heard rumors about like the X-Men or Professor X being in this, and then the Illuminati, and then they kind of like they revealed like you see the fucking chair, right? Like the little
Yeah.
You hear his voice
chair.
talking too.
They named the Illuminati. You see,
And we
you know,
saw
like,
what's her face's shield.
yeah,
Like,
you see, so I'm like, it's too much. Like, it's like I've been trying to avoid all of it. Like all the besides
I don't
like,
mind that.
the main trailer like that they put out, I've been trying to avoid all the little extra spots that has all this extra stuff. And I'm like, but it's like it's almost impossible to avoid. Like you can't.
I think they know
Yeah.
that some of the interest is starting to wane a little bit, which is why you're getting all the like. They made sure they put the Professor X and Illuminati thing in the trailer.
That's why
If you all,
that's why
and
they're
one
doing
thing
this?
I've noticed
That's why they're doing this.
as one thing I've kind of noticed, there's still always a big surprise in almost every movie.
Yeah.
So if this is what you're revealing,
What's
what is not being revealed? What is
Yeah.
not being revealed?
Who's in it that they're not telling us? Yeah.
Yes. What's the real? Oh my God! Surprise.
But to just play the contrarian, to play devil's advocate, sometimes that can also be whatever they're holding back is something stupid and lame, and you find that
Well,
out.
yeah, I mean, it's a matter of if they think it's the big thing, and we might not like it, but there's something that they usually hold back with these trailers that okay, they're going to do this now. Oh, we're getting this. Oh, we're getting that. Oh, I'm excited for this.
And
now.
honestly, I think I all that stuff to me is gonna be a cameo. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I think people are getting super hyped, but I think the Professor X, like it's not gonna be like a major part.
You're
like,
right,
just,
but it's
multiverse. You're just gonna.
It's a cameo, but it has.
But it has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You have to start. You like, especially with X, you got to start somewhere.
It's a
How are you
cameo
going to do this?
with
So
all that
yes,
stuff.
here's the cameo with the Illuminati, Professor X, multiverse.
But the effects will last long into that phase.
you know.
My biggest thing is I don't want
Will
it.
this
I
be a
don't mind.
cutscene?
I
No,
can't
you
wait.
can tell that's not going to be a cutscene. You can tell that's not going to be a cutscene.
You might
Won't be a
maybe
okay.
extended scene
No.
or two, but you know what? I think what this is that it opens the door for them to like pick and choose. Right? We could have the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool. We could
Which
have
they've already confirmed they're keeping the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
yeah. We
It's
could
just
have
how they gonna do it.
we
Oh,
have
thank
Patrick
God.
Stewart,
Okay.
Professor X, but then there might be like, well, multiverse. We could also have McAvoy, or we could have a brand new Professor X because it's a multiverse, and
Don't
anybody can fucking play
overcomplicate
any
it,
of these
though.
characters.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
want
I'm saying?
Fassbender. I want Fassbender as Magneto to show up.
Don't overcomplicate it.
So it's a way to
multiverse
kind of
can get
keep
complicated quick.
keep some of the legacy characters or actors that might still be young enough to play some of these characters, but then when you need to recast somebody like a Wolverine, like right, because Jackman's too old, unless you're gonna CGI him and make him look.
Well,
You're
no,
talking
he
about
doesn't
you're
have
talking
to
about
be.
he's too old. Patrick Stewart is too damn old. He's
To me,
fucking-
that's a mistake to keep using them as Professor. Because listen, like him,
Patrick
the old
Stewart's like
Magneto,
90, bro.
Ian McKellen, like they're
I wish I could put you in
how
the
much longer do you expect these people to be around to be able to keep
That's
making
what I'm
them look-
talking about.
I
Not as a
kind of
disrespect to him.
agree with Patrick Stewart. I didn't want them to go that route, but it is what it is. But Hugh Jackman, you don't have. Wolverine is old anyway.
And Wolverine
He's over 100 years old.
Hugh
He
Jackman
can,
was never
the only
Wolverine.
reason why he's not back is because he says he doesn't want to do it.
That's too much. He got to work out.
They've been begging him to do it. Ryan Reynolds has been on his ass since he did his Deadpool movie to come back nonstop, and he still said no.
That's the
You
thing,
know
they
what
haven't
this
said
tells
that.
me?
Logan
In the
was
end,
it.
money fucking
That's
talks.
it. They just haven't said the right number yet. As soon as they
Money
do, they'll come
fucking
back.
talks. For
Just
all
tell me
you
what other
know,
movies have
you're
you
going to
been
see
in?
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds in some shit here too.
Yeah.
Would it
Tell
fucking
me-
surprise me?
Tell me what else has he been in besides that one Inception knockoff movie he just did last year? What else has he been in besides Wolverine in the last 5 years?
Oh, he did that singing shit.
Greatest Showman.
The
Yeah,
The Greatest Showman, which I actually heard was good. I didn't watch
He's
it.
probably doing theater
Really
and
fucking-
stuff.
Yeah,
like-
but you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That just means they haven't said the right number. They're going to say the right number to him. He's going to be like, oh, yeah, I haven't had a hit movie in a while. I haven't made a couple $1 million in a while. Yeah, okay, I'll come. They just got to say the right number.
It's the workout regimen for him at this point.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Like, you might
It's
want
hard.
to
It's
shape.
hard.
hard.
But they're-
He's-
they're-
He's not young.
They don't
He's not
have to
young.
work
He
out
can
as hard
play
as
the
people think.
role.
They
He
don't
can
have to
play
work
the
out as
role.
hard as you think. They can use
CGI
steroids
up.
and stuff legally.
CGI,
Yeah,
up,
but
bro. Just give him
he's
a
not-
wash of CGI, and you got fucking a six
My-
pack.
Just give him
My-
a muscle suit like freaking Captain Marvel. I mean, not
See-
Captain Marvel.
Do like
Yo.
300. Do like 300 and use the paint accents to make them
Yo,
look like they all have
Marvel
18 packs.
fucking washes CGI over all these people. Like you see
Yeah.
Captain Marvel, like the way
Yeah.
like you see her
Yeah.
filming, and then you see her in the film, like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, fucking Benedict Cumberbatch don't look like that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
I
Thor, they do
get-
a good job of making these people look like the way they're supposed to look.
I get
Give him a
the
muscle suit
feeling
like
though
Shazam.
that someone like Hugh Jackman would want to be in the best shape possible for the role.
They're gonna be like,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
make me look like
Yeah.
I'm
And
30.
he knows it's hard. He knows it's hard on his body at his age to do that. I get it. I get it. I wish.
Well, then let him play the
Hear
next-
him. I wish you would say.
Well, let him
Him-
play the next Professor X. Then he can just sit in a wheelchair. He don't have to worry about working out.
Out of all of those old X-Men characters, he's the only one I would like to.
I want McAvoy back. I want Fassbender back.
They were good. They
I
were
want
good.
them back.
Their movies were fucking trash. So don't get me started.
Fassbender
They
as
were good.
Magneto was
But the
fucking
characters
First
were
Class
good.
was good. Days
No,
of
it
Future
wasn't.
Past
Stop.
was
Stop.
First
I'm
Class
out.
come on,
I'm
Dave.
leaving.
Ass
I'm leaving.
is awesome.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Somebody get Dave in here. We got
First
two
two
were
were good. The
Wait,
last
don't get me
two
started.
Wait, Eric
Don't
doesn't
get
like
me fucking
Days of
started.
Future's Past?
No.
Dave's ears are probably ringing right now.
No.
Like, don't-
Why?
Don't-
Because
don't get him
Wolverine had
started on
bone
X-Men.
claws.
Ask him
No. It had not. For one, look,
What's the beer?
They always change the history, and then like certain characters, like it's never gonna be like exactly like what you read in the comics. They
look,
always
there's
change
a difference. There's a difference between making some alterations and totally just using a name and they made their own brand story. If they wouldn't have named it Days of Future Past, it probably would have been better. It would have been a little bit better. When you
Really?
take-
Ralphie?
no, but listen, when you take one of probably the most famous and iconic storyline of the X-Men, that people know. Yes, I know there's MCU has done an amazing job.
It wasn't iconic to me because I didn't know what the hell it was.
Yeah, let it
I
go.
thought the movie was awesome.
Yeah, to be a comic fan. Yeah, to be
I'm a comic book fan, and I had that comic.
This was good.
I don't
He
think it
picked
was.
up an entire football stadium and moved it across town and dumped it around the White. That was fucking great.
Cool, yeah. And then where he took the rail ties and he interweaved them into little fucking the Sentinels. So that was pretty cool too.
I get why Eric's upset, but I don't think it's as bad as he's saying.
I hate those X-Men movies.
Eric, and I love Eric to death, but Eric's a living persona of extremes. It's either the best thing or the worst thing.
Not at all. Not at all. I thought X1 and X2 were actually really good, and they weren't based on any real X-Men story.
Yes, they were. You just sat there and said you just said you shitted on Days of Future Past because they changed it away from the comics it was based on. You tell me that Dark Phoenix story they told in X2 was the same as the comics.
That's X3.
X3.
No, X2 is where she came out of the water. Where the fuck that come from? That was in the movie when she killed everybody. Don't tell me that was X3. I know what I'm talking about.
Well, that was a play off the comic when she was buried underwater.
X1 and X2.
I like that. That was pretty cool.
But I'm not saying that you're wrong. What I'm saying is his argument was Days of Future Past is trash because they changed the comics, and what I'm saying is X2 changed the comics. That's not how
it's for one. You're talking about a 2-second scene that was a post-credit scene.
No, it wasn't. It was pre-credits.
Right before the end.
Yep.
Secondly, if you actually listen to what I fucking said, Ricky,
which I did, it's the worst movie ever. I heard you.
They're not.
There's extremes. They go to it. You go to it. They went to extremes in the changes. MCU has done a very good job of making their own stories, but still keeping true to a lot of what we know.
Yeah, as much
they
as
did not do that with these X-Men movies at all. Not even close.
As much as the new Dark Phoenix movie was trash, it was closer to the original comic story than what they put out with the old school X-Men movies.
It was. That's X3. X3 was a bad movie. X1 and X2 were good movies. Everything since then has been trash.
You thought X3 was bad, but it has that great "I'm Juggernaut" bitch from the little.
Yes, I was about to say that too. I was about to say you didn't like Juggernaut.
So bad.
Nope. You didn't like skinny Vinny Juggernaut. You didn't
Juggernaut, like him? Bitch.
Nope, not at all.
You know who I am?
So what was your other topic, man? Okay, we touched on Doc. And you know what the sad thing is I think you guys have me, like, I kind of want to see it, and you guys might push me more towards going to see it in theater for two reasons. One, I love listening to how hyped you guys are about the movies, and that does, as collectors and as fellow nerds, we do feed off our friends' excitements for stuff. So that does kind of make me want to go see it. That plus I know Eric has a real hard 2-week fucking rule. And after 2 weeks, he's going to tell me everything that's in this movie anyway. So I might as well fucking go see it. So I just got a 2-week buffer to go see it.
I think this is going to be like something that sets the stage for more to come. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to see some outcomes for some of these characters that it's like, I think you're going to see a major moving forward of like the status quo.
I think this is a big push into the next big bad.
This is setting up the next phase of the.
We're gonna see their new Thanos or a hint towards the new Thanos.
Yeah.
I know Kang is coming, but I don't think he's the next main big bad. I think Kang is going to play that Loki role where he's involved in a lot of things. I still think the next big bad will probably be Galactus. Yeah. That's where I'm putting my money on.
But they better do better than a cloud of nanobots like they did in the last fucking movie with them.
He doesn't have the fucking purple helmet with the fucking
a wet foot would be better than what they did.
But some fucking horns sticking out of the mother earth.
But has the MCU let you down though? Overall, they haven't let us down.
Not really. No.
I would definitely say way more hits than misses.
They've earned my trust so far into what they're going to do.
The biggest letdown is
they've earned my trust, but the problem is the way they decided to take that trust and then say, okay, well, we're going to start moving forward. Here's our first glimpse into it. Then they gave me Captain Marvel. And I'm like, really? This is the direction we're going? We're going with this movie as our start out? This is our lead off fucking play? No.
I like Captain Marvel.
I did too.
Negative.
What the hell are you
Marvel
talking
was
about?
trash.
Negative.
Ricky, that didn't kick off the next phase.
That's supposed she was the lead off. Her individual was to lead into the ending of that phase and the beginning of the next phase. She's supposed to be like the big she's the Iron Man of the next phase.
Well, that's what they were saying, that they want her character to be like a major player, like moving forward and stuff like that. But I didn't get the sense that movie was like the beginning of.
No, it's still considered part of the fourth cycle or whatever, the last one. But what I'm saying is her character is supposed to be Iron Man in this whole new next thing.
Yeah, you know.
And I didn't like her character.
Cosmic. They're going cosmic.
Well,
so
that's cool. There's other cosmic
she's
people
the big
that are better
guns
than her
in the outer space, I guess.
Yeah. Yep.
They should have made Rocket Raccoon the freaking Iron Man of the next one, man. Fucking better than Captain Marvel.
What's up, Ralphie? What do you think about this?
I'm just afraid that they're gonna shoot their load with all this like intermixing of all these universes, and then like once they get all of this going, everybody's gonna be all hyped up, but then they gotta bring it back down again.
Yeah. So listen, perfect. That's the way I felt after the first Avengers, right? We get them all together, and then you get Iron Man 3, and it's just Iron Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just
I never thought about that.
It's a little off. Like, you don't feel like you don't feel it as much. I feel you because
Ralphie's right. Yeah.
To me, I think what Marvel did with Loki, if you watch the Loki series, and the way they explain like these crazy concepts, I think you're gonna get out of this. Just another way for them to kind of bring this multiverse concept to you. And again, they're beating DC at it somewhat on the big screen because you're going to get this in the Flash also. But it's getting the audience susceptible to like, hey, anything goes. You could have fucking the Fox X-Men with the MCU fucking Avengers. You could fucking do this. You could do this. And I think this movie's just gonna basically make it like where any of that shit is possible.
But the way you're saying
it this way, they'll do it that way.
The way you're saying that though, that makes it scarier to me because then what it sounds to me like they could do is just a bunch of the last Spider-Man movies. Like, it worked when we put Tobey and Andrew Garfield in it, so now we'll just do this movie and bring two people over from there and two people from this one.
So what I think is what they should do is not that they should try to always make it a mashup, like Ralphie's saying, like there's a danger here of like you got too much intermingling. Now that's what people expect. But now this concept is out there. So you could do Spider-Man 4 now with Tobey and let it be in that universe. You could do Amazing Spider-Man 3 and have it fucking be in fucking Maguire, that dude's universe. And people will understand like, oh, these are separate things. Like I get it because they've seen all these motherfuckers on the screen together and they get that multiverse concept now.
But when do we hit the
point
of oversaturation? When are we tired of all that? Like when does it become too much to where now I'm like, I don't even give a fuck these movies. Like when they first started off the MCU, I was like, oh fuck yes. We as the nerd community are finally getting these movies we've always wanted our whole entire lives. When are we gonna get to the point where fuck this shit? I'm so tired. I don't want to see another superhero movie. I'm sick of it. I don't care about Bob at work at the water cooler thinking he knows shit about Iron Man. I'm tired of explaining shit to people. When do we hit that point? And
when they're not good anymore, I think.
Sounds like you've hit it already.
Exactly.
When they're not good anymore. I mean, as long as I don't think that, I mean, if you're still going to keep banging out good movies, I mean, they have a high bar that they've set now. That's the thing.
That's the problem.
But in Infinity War and Endgame, they set a very high bar. But that Spider-Man movie definitely was fucking great. I don't think we're going to see Tobey and Garfield continuations in their universes. I don't think that's going to happen. I know that I think Tom Holland signed on for 5 more movies.
God damn.
So we're not done with Tom Holland. I do eventually think we'll probably see Miles Morales at some point.
I hope so.
My kid will blow his little.
I hope we see Spider-Gwen too in live action.
And some, he's whether, I have not seen the Morbius movie yet. I heard that movie was not good.
I've heard 2 different ways. I've heard it was good.
Jared Leto fucked up 2 characters.
He did it to DC, now he's doing it to Marvel, and I don't think he fucked up Joker.
But it's not his fault. Boring. It's not his fault.
His Joker was trash.
He didn't write the
Joker was trash.
He didn't write it. He just
concept design, screen, writing, direction.
Still, but he was
him.
the actor. But he was the actor, so he gets something.
Listen,
You know, he does get-
when
he
anything
does- he
is
does
done by
get-
non-Marvel studios, like it's gonna be hit or miss because like anything that Sony's trying to do with these other ancillary Spider-Man characters, hit or
Doesn't
miss.
work.
Like Venom critically like bombed, but it made money, so they keep doing it.
I
Like,
liked both Venom movies. I
They're-
actually enjoyed both Venom movies.
They're
Yes,
trying, like, you know what I'm saying,
second
but it's not what it's supposed to be, though, Eric. Right?
Yeah.
Like, you want it to be with Spider-Man, you want it to be cohesive, and it's like they can't do that because you got they got rights to the Spider-Man characters, but nobody else. So it has to be super self-contained. Where audiences now want all this shit to be fucking intertwined and intermingled and all that. That's the problem.
I think that's the one good thing about the normies getting more into these movies is they're a bigger number than we are. The nerd community is a smaller number. But if the normies start reading Spider-Man comics and start looking this shit up because of these movies, they're going to start hollering they want Venom in the Spider-Verse. That's when that shit will start happening. Because those people put in more money than we do.
Yeah.
So they'll definitely, then the studios will start listening. Somebody's like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck yeah, y'all can have Venom. Just make sure we get a cut of it. Just give us some money.
But I agree with Eric on your point. Like I think like we're not gonna get tired of this shit until they start making bad movies. Like just Marvel Studios in general make very entertaining films. They make money and they just nothing's been done like this with this cohesive movie universe that they're still putting out movies to and still adding to.
When they start making X-Men quality movies,
you know what I'm saying? Like when the shit falls off, then people are like, Marvel sucks now. Marvel sucks now. But that hasn't happened yet. You know what I'm saying?
Not so much that it's sucking, just I'm tired of seeing it. You know, like that. Not so much that it sucks. Like I wouldn't still watch it at home when it came out because I like the stories how they're going. But more, when am I going to be tired of going through the ordeal of going to the movies, paying $100 for me, my wife, and kids to go? When am I going to get tired of that?
Yeah. I think when the movies
by yourself. Go by yourself.
I think when the movies aren't worth it anymore. When the movies aren't worth it anymore, they can only go so far.
And listen, it's not everyone. I'm not super. I was never super excited for the Ant-Man films. I wasn't like rushing out to see those. Like
and they weren't
not
bad
that they
either.
were bad, but it
exactly.
Was just like,
but
they have their place. Like the same thing with Thor. Like
they're filler movies. They're filler movies to get you to the next big thing.
Exactly.
And to help flesh out the story of the individual characters. And we are getting Venom in the MCU because if you remember at the end of the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
He had his cameo. Yeah, he had his cameo.
He had his cameo, and then he left a piece of the symbiote behind before he went back to his Sony universe. So we're going to get a Venom in the MCU. It's just a matter of, is it going to be Tom Holland? Is it going to be Miles Morales? Don't know.
Yeah.
We'll find out soon. We'll find out sooner or later.
I think
Sony Childish Gambito for Miles Morales.
As long as they don't venomize everybody like they've been doing with these damn action figures, it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I don't need
Venom Iron Man, Venom Captain America,
So did
Venom Black Widow.
Well, that was a comic arc. They did that shit for like.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that.
Yeah, everybody was.
Hey,
Venom.
real quick off subject, if I can, Jose, because Ralphie's here and in person, man. Happy belated birthday, brother. I know it was your birthday last week. You're here in person,
I appreciate it.
Like I say it to your face. It doesn't have to be a Facebook comment, man. Happy birthday,
being here is very therapeutic. If I may add, it's very, very therapeutic. Good. Some days are tougher than others, but like dealing with my mom and all this stuff, like
oh man,
this right, just being around you guys and everybody in the chat, I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me on.
So
appreciate you too, brother.
Yeah, love you, dude.
I love the smiles and the energy, brother. Always.
Yeah. Plus, EE could give me a real nice birthday gift if he just lets me see the beard for 5 minutes.
The beard's gone. It's shaved. It's down to normal.
Are you shaved?
Down to normal. It's down to nice and close and shaved.
Are you clean shaven or
you're on timeout?
No. I'm not clean shaven, but
you was clean shaven. I was gonna get the chat squad on your ass and make you turn your camera on, man. Like,
damn, bro, you're on timeout now. You're on timeout now.
The thing is,
think about what you did.
Think about what you did. You sit in your corner and be wrong in your wrongness.
For real.
What's up, Tom?
Think about what you did.
Yeah,
No,
go ahead.
I think you guys touched it on a big point that the old series, they always had something to bring everything back to, which is the Avenger movies. Like, and then like you can even consider Captain America: Civil War as a bring back to the individual movies that they're doing. I think what they're going to do with this multiverse, I think they're going to keep Doctor Strange in this type of, and Loki type of multiverse, and What If is the multiverse, and then they'll have the one individual movies. Like I don't think they're going to talk about multiverse in Thor, like Love and Thunder. Like I don't think they're going to touch that in Thor.
But don't they have to, because they have Lady Thor?
But that's so. Lady Thor isn't. She just picks up the hammer because
she's not.
It's Jane Foster.
Jane Foster.
So it's not an alternate version of from another universe. It's not.
I got you.
It's not gender swapping or race. It's none of that. It's in the it's just
is in these individual movies. For the old fuck moments in these movies, open that multiverse window and somebody popping out helping the hero to save the day type of thing.
You can't do that too much. You can't do that too much.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'd be worried about.
That's my concern also with multiverse shit. It becomes too much.
See, but you ain't gonna fucking lose your shit when you see fucking Hugh Jackman Wolverine shoot through a portal and
but it would become eventually it become a trope. And then
you can't have every movie be a freaking
you can't every movie can't be a Spider-Man right now.
So this is where the after credit things are going to become important, because in the dawn of the Marvel movies, those after credit scenes, they were alluding to the Avengers. So like Dom said, like, so it alluded to that. So you had an idea. I was like, I have an idea of what they're on, but like with this,
we don't know yet.
I have no freaking clue. So maybe in these after credit scenes, they'll like give us a hint about something about what's going to bind this next phase together.
No, they still need to figure out what they're doing with Black Panther 2. There's still the Riri Williams movie coming out. She's supposed to be the new Iron Man.
And then they supposedly the Blade movie.
So there's a lot coming out that is on the slate, including Fantastic Four and She-Hulk on Disney Plus. There's a lot they got going on.
I really like that they're making a TV show is freaking part of the movie.
Yeah. So what? Like Eric, maybe some kind of new version of the Secret Wars, maybe perhaps.
It could be because they have been they've been teasing a lot with the Skrulls and all this other nonsense. They could be going that route with they're doing a Secret Invasion show.
Secret Invasion.
But how
on Disney Plus?
But refer back to your previous comment about the Days of Future Past. How pissed you're going to be if they screw around with that storyline, because Secret Invasion and Secret Wars are huge Marvel story arcs too.
It all depends on how bad
all that stuff, but it needs to be changed for the better. Because look, some of that stuff is classic, yes, but it's dated. It's dated. It always
like the only issue I have with Civil War is that they named it Civil War.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like you were expecting, like
Well, no, but at least with Marvel, but at least at that point, I knew what to expect because we knew they didn't have access to all these characters at that time. Now they do.
Everybody in the comics,
except for the couple that are still with Sony, they got them all back now.
Yeah.
So there's no, you can give us the characters that are supposed to be these storylines, even if you adjust the storyline, which we know you're going to do. Just how bad are you going to do it? How much are you going to alter it? And even if you alter the storylines, they've never altered the characters.
Well,
who these characters are at their core, their personalities, their traits. They've never changed that, which is why the MCU has worked so well, I think, in the end.
Eventually, it's going to catch up, though, because then what you have to do is sort of what you see them doing now, right? Is they're doing the generational heroes, right? Because now you got Captain America, Iron Man; those guys are gone, right? So unless you get new actors to replace them, like those guys are gone. And you notice they do these movies in real time. They reference real time. Time is passing. Characters are getting older. Like, you know what I'm saying? So when do eventually do you cut that off and just restart?
Well, that's why that's why they've done. That's why you have the characters like Riri Williams and Sam Wilson becoming the new Captain America. This has all been established and done in the comics. Yeah. So people should not bitch that it's being done because it's already been done. It's established in the comics. So your argument there's no argument. They've done it.
Yeah,
And what do you think?
Ralphie,
Are they ever going to bring
Ralphie,
out
hold
like
on.
the Crisis on Infinite Earths type storylines into movies to reset the movie universes and stuff? You think they're going to do something like that?
I think what should happen is they should build up to their Galactus, and then end it.
Gotcha.
End
Sorry,
it.
Frank. You're
And then maybe 10 years after that, when we're like 60 and 70, they start coming out.
Reboot.
They reboot. Don't reboot right away. Eventually the bubble's going to pop. Eventually it's just gonna become, all right, this is getting ridiculous, and now we're tired of it.
Yeah.
I think I can't see on a Marvel level scale anybody bigger than Galactus after you've already used Thanos.
No.
You have, like, if you do your X-Men movies, yes, you have your Magnetos and your Apocalypse, but those are for more of those level.
But they can start getting
individuals.
into like the metaphysical stuff and get like Mephisto and all that stuff and start making it all like Ghost Rider and all of them.
Yeah, but I don't think any of them warrant an Infinity Gauntlet entire Marvel Universe level event. Galactus, and it's like after Galactus, I can't think of anybody else
bigger
that would warrant something that big where you were literally bringing everybody in together.
They've already introduced the Celestials though, and the Eternals though. Like
that's exactly where I was gonna go.
So we have that's out there. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers
sounds like Secret Wars to me.
Yeah, which is what I think you might be getting with the Skrulls. And
so what if they did that?
If the after credit scene someone says something about the Beyonder, then we know that's where it's going.
Yeah.
And that's
probably
what Galactus.
What if they did that in this one and made the big bad the Skrulls and the whole Kree Skrull war hidden in the background, and then saved Galactus for a next one?
That's your secret. Well, I think Galactus is at the end. I think Galactus is coming at the end, and I have a feeling that when you get that Galactus movie at the final end, you're gonna see Robert Downey Jr. back, and you're gonna see fucking what's his name,
Steve.
Chris Evans back.
But my only thing with making Galactus the big bad in comparative to Thanos is very militaristic and strategic in his thought processing. Galactus has one thought: I'm hungry, feed me. How is he manipulating anybody else?
He might not be manipulating.
Then why would he be the big bad? It has to be the person manipulating is the big bad.
Well, no, those heralds could just be out there screwing around with people. Yeah. We're gonna see that.
The heralds could be the puppet masters. Yeah, the heralds could be the.
You also have Kang coming in, and Galactus is about feeding, but he also, he would send the heralds in advance to prep the world for him coming. So you don't like. There's a way they can go with this.
I would see King the Conqueror more as a Thanos type with the strategic plotting and pushing.
I see Kang more of that Loki level, back and forth, pop up between movies, doing shit back and forth.
Troublemaker shit.
Troublemaker, because my biggest pet peeve with all this shit is when it's time. I hate time travel.
Yeah.
I think once you start adding time travel and multiverse into the shit, you start to convolute everything.
Yeah.
You dilute the suit.
To me, that's their golden ticket to do a reset basically whenever they
in the end, yeah.
And still sort of make sense, and it's still sort of part of this shared universe, and it doesn't disregard anything that came in the past, but you could just explain it. This is a new universe.
What if they use the multiverse thing as like a turn? Like, how they started the Thanos line and it went for a while. We didn't see Thanos. We just kind of knew something was going on. And then they finally showed Thanos. And then that was the turn into the big Thanos story. What if they use the multiverse for that? Like they start this first part out. They're going along. It's Korean Skull. Then boom, they hit that middle area. They use the multiverse thing to flip it to finish this Korean Skull. And that's what brings in Galactus and all that for the final half.
Whatever they could do it that way.
See, that's the thing. Like I don't see a final half. I don't see a final. It just doesn't make sense for business.
Yeah, I agree with Ralphie. I agree with Ralphie, guys. It's not gonna. You guys are thinking that there's gonna be a linear story to this side of this.
No.
I don't think so. I think they opened it up to this multiverse so they can tell multiple stories. That's from a Disney's perspective. They can't survive on what they did in the past. They can't.
That's not Disney
It makes
perspective. Is if
everything
it ain't
canon.
broke, don't fix it. If it's made them
I
billions
al-
of
but-
dollars, they're gonna repeat it over and over.
Dom,
I mean,
to
look at
count
these
to counter that, I don't think they can go. They can survive that way for another 10, 15 years
I think they can.
without there being some kind of big
There has
moment
to be-
coming.
I
Yep.
think Spider-Man has proven it. Spider-Man has proven it.
I think
they
Spider-Man's
can.
a one-off. I don't think you can do
Yeah,
that.
outliers
do
don't
it.
change your whole entire projections graph.
You know,
Ask Brian, he'll tell you.
what I mean, in the end, what made that Spider-Man movie was a nostalgia factor
Yes.
of pulling in Toby and Andrew. You don't have that with all this other shit.
Yeah.
Maybe with the X-Men, if people want to start bringing them in, but nobody want to see fucking Jessica Alba back.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't mind watching Jessica Alba, but I don't want to see her as Susan.
Nobody want to see nobody want to see those things back.
That'd be interesting. It'd be
you know,
interesting to see Captain America and Johnny Storm meet up.
Same thing could have said to Garfield's Spider-Man. You could everybody,
but it's in the end, it's Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man.
I'm going to say the most unpopular thing. Andrew Garfield was my favorite one, so I don't care what anybody says.
I thought he was a really good Spider-Man. He was just really bad movies.
Let's see.
I like them all. I like them all.
See in the Illuminati if Mr. Fantastic's in this scene.
I don't know. I wonder. That might be the
Fantastic
surprise.
is. Yeah. Let's see.
Actually showing the Fantastic Four there.
And cool. Fact is, you still need, even if you can do all these side movies. Let's be honest, the side Thor movies have not been great. The last Iron Man was not great. The Ant-Man movies were great. They weren't bad.
The second one,
Ant-Man movies were satisfactory.
Yeah, so and you got
these
besides Doctor Strange. What are you building to? If you keep doing it all like Riri Williams, I don't know, man. I don't know how that's gonna play out.
Eric,
we don't know yet.
Bro.
There are people,
Eric,
she's not super popular.
Blade, bro.
See, but
when they bring back Blade, it's gonna change the game.
And could you use Dormammu again? Could you use Dormammu again?
That's what I hinted at earlier.
The game. And when they bring in Ghost Rider, it's gonna change.
When they have Doctor Strange doing all this shit, you got Mephisto as a big bad who is very manipulative and controlling and moving pawns around on the board. That's somebody they could be building to. Having Doctor Strange fucking around with all these multiverses, it could piss the devil off and make him want to come up here and fix everything.
Yeah.
Black Knight, you have a lot of characters.
Yeah, but besides
Blade has that niche. Blade will attract people.
It's more the spiritual.
But that's okay. So we're looking at, again. It's one character you're talking about.
Iron Man was one, and look at what happened.
But Blade is not Iron Man. Blade cannot carry the MCU going forward.
I think with the right actor, he could. I think
the Black Knight character cannot carry the MCU forward.
Which you never know. Before the first Iron Man wasn't A-list.
Iron Man was
he was not A-list.
Iron Man was never D-list. Iron Man was never D-list. That's pushing it.
He was never
A-list.
He was B-list. He was B-list.
Blade and fight Galactus.
I would definitely go B-list.
They made up the KO West Coast Avengers to go hide him someplace else just so they didn't have to have him in the Avengers anymore.
Marvel Studios has done a great job of basically taking obscure characters. Guardians of the Galaxy. I think is very. I was like, who the fuck are these guys?
Say it again, Jose.
Never read their comic book. Had no interest in seeing their movie, but it's a Marvel Studios movie, so let's watch it. And it was fucking
one
good.
Of the best.
They just got make it good.
Can that group of characters be your main focus to carry it more than once? I don't think so.
If the movie is
I think it's going to be Doctor Strange.
I think it's going to be Doctor Strange, and I think they're banking on it being Fantastic Four.
And Spider-Man.
I think that'd be the smart move, Eric. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Doctor Strange. I agree. I think it's going to Doctor Strange. He's gained the popularity. He was already known before. People love it. Cumberbatch,
another C-list fucking character.
But I think he's going to be more of a Nick Fury in this next batch. He's not going to be like the main guy. He's going to be the one that kind of ties them all together. I think it's going to be Spider-Man. And their bet on, like you said, the Fantastic Four and Captain Marvel. Those are that's their Hulk, Iron Man, and freaking Captain America. It's
And
gonna
Thor's
be
still in play. Thor's still in play. He's
Thor's still in play. He doesn't want to quit.
movie.
But he said he'll keep going.
Yeah, Thor's still
So
in play.
I don't know what
we
his
got
contract
Thor.
is after this movie.
He
doesn't want to leave.
I also feel Doctor Doom is going to be a good. It's going to be a.
I think once they bring Doctor Doom is another one that
big
when they
character
bring
that
in.
could be
Yes,
very
I think they're banking on us getting to that Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah,
I think so too. Right? I
think they have
that's
a plan.
cool
but they got.
Of course, they have a
got
plan. I definitely believe they have a plan.
But they got to take a lot of bad taste out of our mouths with the Fantastic Four. We got bad.
Relax, Ricky. They'll be fine. One
But
movie
then-
and it's all gone.
With the Fantastic Four, you can bring in Silver Surfer. You can bring Adam Warlock, which ties in guys.
Well, I think we're going to see Adam Warlock before then.
Yeah, like
he's supposed to be Guardians 3. He's supposed to be the next Guardians, I think. So.
Yeah, they hinted at him in the second one with the gold. People.
And I think you were talking about it the other day, Dom. I think we're going to see Better Ray Bell.
Yes, we are. Yep, I think we are.
We're going to see Better Ray Bell.
They had his likeness in the third Thor movie. When
the scar on the building.
And Ragnarok, yep.
They had that.
If you watch the trailer, closely, there's a scene where you see Thor and the Rock guy, and then there's like a blank next to the Rock guy. You don't like it's like deleted out, like like how they did the Spider-Man, where they deleted out the two Spider-Mans in that scene. Yeah. I'm telling you, there's going to be another character that we're not seeing.
I gotta say, I love this. I love you guys, and I love being able to talk this stuff with you guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's just interesting times, man. Like I'd like that we could kind of, regardless how you feel, like excited, not excited, feeling a little kind of maybe mid. I had been feeling mid since after like Endgame. You know what I'm saying? Like they wrapped it up with Far From Home.
And then we got the Black Widow movie, Shang-Chi, Eternals.
It's
none
like
of them were great movies.
None of them really got me excited and stuff like that.
Spider-Man, right. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. Eternals wasn't bad. I don't think it was bad, but I don't think it was like
trash.
I think it
was okay.
I think it was 2 hours of watching paint dry, man. That was
the
terrible.
Eternal story though intrigues me a lot.
Yes,
like,
but
they're building up to something.
And the writing was bad. Like, it was.
It watching that movie, you would understand. Then it plants the seed for Galactus. So like you understand a little bit more where Galactus is coming from.
But that's a 2.5 hour planting the seed that they could have done one sentence. Hey, there's this guy Galactus out there somewhere. They could have done one sentence, and I had to watch that movie.
They're introducing those characters because it's gonna play a role like later on. You know what I'm saying? Like just the way like all that shit we saw in the first Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? With all the Kree and the space stuff like that. All that's gonna come into play. All that's gonna come into play.
The best part about the Eternals was the nod to the Black Knight at the end. I about lost my shit when I saw Black Knight.
And you have Blade, and well, his voice was in it. It was they didn't show him yet, and we're also all forgetting Charlie Cox is back, and D'Onofrio's back.
Yep.
Hey, look, I'm sorry, but Daredevil's not fighting Galactus.
No. But these are characters that can help bring it. That you can use.
Hey, Brian, he just blind man Mr. Magoo's way onto a spaceship in outer space.
These are street level characters that can be used.
Bring stuff on Galactus being the final boss.
Listen, Spider-Man fought Thanos in space. Daredevil could fucking fight somebody in space. All right, don't rule it out.
See John Burke all rolling up there with all his guns.
Hey, you see him floating through space in an old school NASA suit with the stick.
I love it.
How you gonna fight a cloud?
In Rod, we trust. How
you gonna fight a cloud with a stick?
The best meme ever though was when it was the Defenders all in that picture, and they're like, "All right, guys, any minute now, the portal's coming." Wasn't happening. Any minute now. All right, guys, good discussion. We're a little over 2 hours now. We're going to continue unbroadcasted. A lot of spirited discussion here. We will continue, but just not broadcasted. We'll put an end to this broadcasted portion. We'll say goodnight. The link is still in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group, though, so just click it, hop in, and hang out with us. And before we say goodbye, let's go around the yard, get some where you at. So I was going to just start with our guest. So Lord Vendetta, let him know.
Ooh, word up. You can find me in the chats Monday nights. You can find me in the chats here on Tuesday
Yes.
nights. You can
Yes.
find me on Instagram, Ralph the Vendetta Rodriguez. Same thing on Facebook. You can find me pretty much anywhere, and you could also find me at your local post office with a sign underneath my face that says "Do not take cash from this man." Um, you can find me anywhere. I'm not hard to find.
Nice, dude. Thanks for popping on.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. Ricky.
All right, guys. Ricky Bischoff in the groups. You see my name on the screen tonight. Don't be that guy. Don't forget about that rock box, y'all. Because any that get left on the table, I'm gonna tell Pinkerton I want them on the low, and I'm gonna be flipping them out back. So y'all mess up, I'll take your money. I gotta recoup that Mezco money from earlier. So you find me in the groups is Ricky Bischoff. I'm also on a podcast called Now You Made It Awkward with Shoki and Mike. You can hear us over there. We release weekly.
Nice.
And I'm here Monday nights in the chat on ETR, shooting the breeze with Ralphie and all the other cool cats in there, learning some cool stuff from Brink. And that's it. Every once in a while, they get desperate for people. They let me come on here and talk to them.
But always enjoy your company, bro.
I'm around. I love you guys, and I know
Stop
we get
lying.
spirited, and I talk loud, and sometimes forget to let other people talk for a second. But I enjoy it. I always enjoy the talks I have with you guys.
It's all good.
Yeah. Thanks, dude.
It's
Thank
fun.
He
you.
said for a second. Wow.
All right.
No empathy.
Rock Jesus.
You can find me in the chats on freaking, Mondays, Tuesdays, and usually every other Wednesday and stuff. Wes Hoy in the groups and wherever else. And I'm around. I'm not hard to find.
And at church on Sundays, we can always find.
Oh yeah, I'm also in your prayers. That's right.
Every night.
Yeah.
All right. EE.
You guys can find me in the Facebook groups, Eric Spada. You can find me in the chats during your Monday night shows, your Tuesday night shows, your Wednesday night shows, and every once in a while, crashing someone else's podcast. So,
Yeah. All right, Dom.
Find me here Tuesday nights, big guys, and on the Facebook, Dominic Rosso, and talk to you guys soon. Yes, pick up those rock box, guys. We've got limited supplies. I think Chris said 28 left, so
Less than that,
it's
Probably less than that now.
Yeah, that was last night. It was 28.
Mm-hmm.
Please, this is something that we worked hard, and you guys are not going to be disappointed. So, grab those rock boxes, and you'll be very happy when you pick them up, or when they get delivered to your house.
Nice. All right, Brink.
At Brinkalizer on Instagram. I don't know if there's figure banging tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Because somebody got a deuce egg, and
Somebody.
so I don't know. I stay tuned. Just keep an eye out on the social medias and look
Maybe
to
we'll
see
hang
if
out.
we're gonna have a live show.
Maybe we'll hang out.
You'd be as surprised as the rest
Do
of them.
another hangout. Yeah.
Maybe I'll throw a link out there. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Keep a lookout.
Yeah, we'll see. But other than that, yeah. Did I already say at Brinkalizer on Instagram? And yeah. So I'll see you again for the Robot News next Monday. Try to get some seed smash ups in there.
Yeah. Oh, I saw one I was gonna send you. I was like, probably too late, but I saved it.
God.
I saved it.
I can't wait for the next round
Oh,
when all these new
God.
figures coming out.
Yeah.
It was a fossilizer combiner or some shit like that.
There's been quite a few lately. Yeah. I think it's like I'm having trouble identifying the components of them. So I'm like, I don't even know how to make this.
Yeah. All right, guys. And as for myself, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Harrick and BX. On Monday nights, ETR here every single Tuesday for BTM and the Hangouts. As the guys mentioned, buy a rock box, guys. That's available on realmofcollectors.com. It's a loot crate sort of box with some special goodies and items, and I don't think you're going to be disappointed with what we got in store for you for this 2022 rock box. You can get it shipped to you or for pickup at a BotCon in Nashville, Tennessee. Realm will be there in full force as well, so check that out. Hotel blocks, all that good stuff is available. Want to shout out the chat squad. Thank you for everybody hanging out tonight. Really appreciate that. Great conversations had in there by everybody. Appreciate you guys each and every single week. And just check out the rest of what the Realm got going on. Wednesdays, Fridays, Mondays, Tuesdays, almost every day of the week there's some sort of content coming your way. So subscribe to the Realm of Collectors YouTube channel and join us as well in the Facebook group. Just answer the questions and we'll let you in, guys.
That's it.
It's not
answer
hard.
the questions.
Answer the
Oh,
questions.
God.
It's not that
You know,
hard.
maybe we should make the first question be like, just to let people, it's like, if you don't answer these, you're not coming in. I mean,
But you have to phrase it like a question. You should be like, if you don't answer this, do you think we're gonna let you in?
yeah.
I feel bad when I gotta deny people from the Shameless group, you know, because you gotta be a member of the Realm of Collectors, you know what I'm saying? Just answer the fucking questions, guys. Answer the questions. Don't make me deny you from Shameless, because
I will with
the Realm.
They're not even that personal.
Yeah, so the first question is like, what's your social security? Don't worry about that question.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
What's your mom's maiden name is the important one. We need that one.
Oh man, but lots of fun, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Like as I said, Realm of Collectors Facebook group, the link is in there. Join us for the post show. It's where the real show starts. And thank you all for watching and listening tonight. All right, we'll be back next week with a brand new episode. So until then, take care, stay safe, and peace out, guys. Peace out.
Love you guys.
Who's gonna do it? Because JD's not here. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Come on.
Turtles.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Say it with me now.